There we go. This mixer is not working the way it, like what I have set for mute. Ooh, excuse me. What I have set for mute, the light, it's supposed to be red when it's muted, but apparently it's mixed now that I've reinstalled Windows.
Ooh.
So now it's like red means you're good to go. Like, no, that's not how that should be. That's not how I have. That's not how this is supposed to be set up. But what's good, everybody? It's your boy Mark Summers, Major Linux, twitch.tv/Major Linux. And you're tuned into Tech Talk Thursdays for September 16th, 2021. It is a skeleton crew here today on the day before our 1 year anniversary. Yeah, just everybody's like, you know what? Not we're just tired, just on vacation. Look, we've been here for a year. Fuck it. We're just no. That's fine. It's whatever. But of course, I'm joined this week and every week, still holding true to this day. 364 days in this, and he's still here every week that I show my face. Kevin Kev is in the building.
In the building. You're not going to get rid of me. I'm going to be here. I just got me a little cot over to the side. You know, you just give me a little nudge when it's time to go. And I'll be like, all right, here's my, just put it Uncrustable in my mouth. I'm good to go. Let's go.
Of course, Sin is on vacation. And the GOAT! Idios and Anka is still just... I swear, I feel like Anka, our resident Microsoft shill, which apparently is becoming me now. We'll get into that later.
It's about to be me in a couple of months, yeah.
Our resident Microsoft shill, Anka, I feel like she's going to return to us like Sister Soldier, but of Linux. And so what we will do is take care of the bourgeoisie that is Microsoft and Apple, and we will all be open source forever. It's like, yes. Finally.
Support that plan. Let's go.
Yeah, so shout out to Anka. Going through the Linux system administrator training over Red Hat. I know how intensive that can be because I had to do the same for the same job she currently has. So I know how that is, and I mean for me, I like because I was doing Linux work prior to it. Excuse me, it wasn't as difficult for me, but the pressure is there, and I've seen people who do not do Linux struggle with it.
Right.
So I know how difficult that can be. So, yeah, hopefully she'll make it through on the other side just fine. Oh, she gonna be a Linux admin. Oh yeah.
The GOAT will persevere.
Oh yes.
She's got this under control.
Oh yeah.
Black Girl Magic. She'll make it happen.
So, seeing that it's just us, Kev, what's been going on with you this week?
Well, I have been playing. If you're ever interested in playing a game about a white woman in the 80s delivering mail in a sleepy Pacific Northwestern town of Oregon, then you should probably check out the game Lake, because that's what I've been playing. Played some of that. What else did we play? I have fallen down a deep rabbit hole of Civilization 6. I have fallen down a deep hole. One playthrough, I was Trajan. The other playthrough, I was Cleopatra. Yeah, it was a deep hole of Civilization, and now I'm like eyeballing like the anthology pack, where I think it's like 20. Sometimes I've seen it as cheap as like $20-$25, which has everything. And so, like, just give me like all the DLC and I think it's like the DLC, the platinum stuff, the expansions, and like that Frontier pass that they had, which was kind of dumb, but I'm like, okay, we'll just go along with it. So been playing some of that. Of course, a lot of solitaire, and haven't really found time to play Yakuza Like a Dragon. But then I've been looking at possibly getting Judgment when I decide to get my Series S, because I've seen a lot of my peeps been playing Judgment, and I'm like, I kind of want to do some of that. Maybe dabble into some Zero. I don't know. We'll see. If ain't nothing to just say like, I'm just gonna pick a Yakuza and play it and go from there. But yeah, just try to get some form of some good Sega Yakuza action going.
Which reminds me, damn it, I forgot to turn on my Xbox. I'll get into this a little bit. You reminded me with the Yakuza stuff. So, yeah, I was doing something with this Xbox. I need to turn it back on and monitor that progress.
Indeed. So, doing that. Dragon Quest is kicking off. That's always good. Dude, you got to play Dragon Quest. Even if it's just like a couple hours. Just go ahead. Just jump in, both feet, dabble.
It's the thing where, like, I talked to you before about where I know I've talked to y'all before about where I see the future of this channel, the Twitch channel. And I know there's some things I want to talk about that especially that I announced earlier this week. That it might be coming sooner than you think. Whether it's through streaming or I don't know. I'm trying to figure some things out, like, because I want to create more content, but it's that finding the time to do so part. 100% Sims, 1% Yakuza, ruin. I'm trying to make sure that happens one day. One day for like a week or a month, it's going to be 100% Sims. Just gonna play a whole bunch of sim games. It's going to be great.
Yeah, you gotta check out Lawnmower Simulator.
If it works on my wheel, which I hope it does.
I would be surprised if it didn't.
Is it like first person?
It's like third. I think there's a first person perspective, but I think I've been playing mostly like third person. You know, for like make sure I get the lines and everything. But yeah.
Are you like behind the lawnmower, or is it like top down?
Oh yeah, you're on the lawnmower. It's like,
okay, they might work that way then.
Yeah, so it might possible.
Yeah, if it was top down, yeah, I wouldn't see that working. But if it's like if it's like you behind the lawnmower, then I can see that.
Yeah, it is just chill enough, but just weird enough where it's like I'm playing a game about being on the lawnmower. I need something like this.
I mean, I was a mechanic. I was building and repairing PCs.
Mm-hmm. I see my homie Silas. He was playing, what was it? Power Wash Simulator?
Yep, that's a big one.
And then Tiff was playing it, and I was like, y'all gonna make me spend some money. Look, y'all finna make me.
The Car Mechanic Simulator come out. There's a 2021 version of that game out now.
Yeah,
I've only seen it on console.
Bus Simulator coming out.
Ruin wants to know if he can interest you or convince you to try Total War. I was going to ask you about Humankind, but I'll let you entertain Total War before we go into Humankind.
Yeah. I did play some Total War. I played Total War, the first Total War Rome, and then the second. That back when I didn't have a computer that could play shit. I did dabble with it. And then it was like I played Shogun. That was a big disappointment to me because I was like, I was ready for like big huge Sendoku Judai, like the Warring States, Nobunaga, Nobunaga-esque like battles, and I'm like, yes, I'm ready for it. And then it was just kind of like I played like a total of 10 minutes and then quit. It took me longer to install the game than it took me to play it.
Wow.
Right. And so I was like, 'cause I like the idea of the grand battles, but I just don't like the idea of me trying to manipulate the grand battles. And it's like, yeah, that was kind of rough on me. And so, and with Humankind reminded me so much of Civ. I just ended up saying, yo, I just want to play. By the end of my playthrough, I was like, yo, I just want to play Civ now.
Yes!
Like, I just want to play Civ now. Like, and then as soon as I played Civ, it was like, as much as like, Civ 5 is like my favorite go-to Civ because I played so much of it and I'm so used to the mechanics. But it's like Civ 6, even as janky as it is, where it's like it takes you forever to get a religion going. Meanwhile, you're being pummeled by other people's religions. And then it's like, but even then, it's the core gameplay is still Civ.
See, that's the thing.
And I like that.
I would like to play one of these where religion is not a thing in it.
Right.
Like, that was the one thing I did not like about Humankind. Was like, yeah, like, you have to establish your religion. It's like, no, I don't. Like, stop. Like, can I not make a Civ where it's not based off of a religion? Like, I just want this to be purely science-based. Let's see how that plays out. Let's be all fucking Vulcan. Like, live long and prosper, motherfucker. Like, let's do that.
Yep.
Y'all saw how I struggled with that, too. I was like,
I can't even bother. I can't even.
A nation of heathens.
A nation of heathens.
Oh my god! Like I was like, yeah, I played like 2 rounds. I played 2 games of Humankind. I was like, I'm so glad this is on Game Pass. I do not feel bad about bailing on this.
Like, imagine you like investing big money on that game and then being like, ooh, I really don't like this.
I mean, and it's not a bad game.
It really is.
It's not a bad game. It's really good. It looks really good, and it played very well.
Very well.
But it's just like, it wasn't Civ. It just
it wasn't
Civ. And it's like,
right.
No, I'm going right. Like, and I've tried Civ 6. Like, this isn't Civ 5. Like, I'm just going back to Civ 5. It is fine. I am okay. This is where I want to be.
Yeah, I'm going to, because I had to, like, mod a game. I'm not really a mod person, but I had to mod Civ 6 to get the production queues. Because Civ 6 does not have production queues.
Were you talking about the little gems that let you know, like, hey, your advisor would like this thing?
No, not even that. I'm talking about, like, say, like, you want to build a granary, right? You build a granary. Then the granary's finished. You can't set up something after that.
That was the one thing I did like about Humankind. Was the fact that I could sit there and like just like once I had like the city or whatever set up, I could queue all of that shit and then never have to go back. It was like, look, build all these things and do not bother me until you are 100% done.
Right.
Up until I realized that my units were getting into fights. And I had no way of generating more units because I'd already filled that queue up. I think I could have moved them, but it was not intuitive to like put like, no, I need these archers and motherfuckers at the beginning. Like, once you give me more soldiers, then you can go back to building the granary or whatever.
Right.
So it's like, I'm sitting around like for the longest, I'm like, boy, I hope nobody comes and attacks my cities because there's nobody here to defend them. We'll throw this corn at you.
Right. I mean, it's like, it's legit. Like, you would build a granary, then it would stop, and then it would say like, hey, choose production. And I'm like, I'm trying to build cities over here.
Oh, I like that.
And I'm
kind of like that.
I didn't like that in Civ.
Yeah, like, hey, we're done here. Sure, why not? Because Germany's kicking my ass right now. Yeah, go ahead. I need some archers right here because Germany's just fucking me over.
Yeah, because I'm like, here comes Frederick. Oh God, here's Frederick, Barbarossa. Oh, hey Philip. How's it going, Pedro? My man, how's Brazil?
My
How's the
my
carnival?
latest playthrough in Civ 5, because what I do is like on weekends when I'm just doing a whole bunch of server maintenance, I'll
Right.
put it on in the background. My latest one from this weekend was, I think I was playing as Attila, and I don't know what, because normally I bump up the, like, every time I win I'll bump up the difficulty. This time I think I just chose random, so I don't know what the difficulty is.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it must be like, fuck you, because everybody's like, oh, your nation is weak. Your civ is weak. We're going to attack it. Like, 4 different countries, or 4 different civs decided they wanted to declare war on me because they felt like they could take me. I was like, bet, nigga, let's go. Let's go. Like, I'm going to take
Cracked
this
knuckles.
one group of warriors, I'm going to whoop all your asses.
I'm gonna be like,
I lost one city through all of that. And what gets me, and like, this is how I play, when they want to do the peace treaty,
right.
especially if they think they got over on you, they'll demand all this shit from you, and it's like, peace treaty for them. Germany tried that shit. I was like, no thank you. This war will continue. You may be whooping my ass, but no, I'm not giving you shit because you started this.
I'd be like, look here, Bismarck. I ain't trying nothing for this. Come play games when stupid prices.
So
Stop.
yeah, he tried that like 3 or 4 times before it came through. Like, peace treaty. I said, yeah, that's what I thought, motherfucker. I ain't playing your dumbass game.
And I'm taking Berlin. What's up?
Unfortunately, I didn't get that far. My army was just that fucking weak at the time. It's like, look, just stay back. Leave my capital alone. Do not come over here.
I had to whoop your ass a little bit for a lesson, but you next time try better, do better. So, but yeah, that was the Civilization 6 portion of the podcast. The 4X game, 4X game portion of the podcast. The best part of the podcast.
Oh, the best. Say anything else?
Glad to have air conditioning. Glad to have air conditioning back. Looking at PC upgrades. Ooh, that's a struggle.
Still hard drives or anything else?
Oh, hard drive. Like, everything outside of like graphics cards is like good.
So look, this is now we've moved from 4X to storage.
Yeah,
we're now
storage.
PC storage podcast.
Yeah, we're a storage podcast now. Like, finding storage was like amazing. Like, when I needed, like, that was great.
See, now that Sin and Anka are here, yeah, we can just talk about storage all damn day.
Oh yeah, cause see, I kind of not so much really cheaped out, but I was more like, this is enough. Like, I bought basically 2 terabyte drives.
Nah, so you ain't living till you at least buy 10.
But see, I ain't where you is right now. I'm trying to get like you. I'm trying to get like you, baby. I'm trying to get like you.
Look,
I'm trying to get like you. I can get to that 10 terabyte life.
You ain't living until you took out a spitting 14 terabyte hard drive and that motherfucker makes your hand wobble. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but at my job I have one of those external SATA connectors, where it's like if you were trying to back up or clone hard drives.
Yeah.
So I stuck one. I had a 14 terabyte that was like was broken in the system. I stuck it in there just to see if it worked.
Right.
So okay, yep, it's broken. So I turned it off, but apparently the platters were still spinning when I decided to eject it. So the motherfucker was just turning my hand like, yo, hard drives are not supposed to do this.
That right. You were like Temple of Doom with the dude with the heart. We like Kalima. Dude.
Yeah. Like, I harness about his 14 terabytes. What's good?
Yeah. Remember when I was doing IT class, doing my IT classes for like cert and everything. We used to have like the computers and we'd have like the work computers, and they would have like the drive cradles where you would like lock the cable in. You like basically like unlock your drive, pull it out, and then pop it into a new computer, lock it down with the keys. That's what we had. That was great when it was like somebody was at your desk, at your station, and then be like, "Oh, I'm at this station." Well, fine. Here you go. Pop out my drive. Like, oh, you just gonna like shut down? Pop out my drive. All right, fine.
If you got shut down,
I'm gonna be in the corner.
If you got shut down, man, come on, 21st century, buddy, hot swappable, baby.
Oh yeah, it was definitely hot swappable because you'd be like this. All because you just had to do is turn the key, cut everything off, pull it out.
That's not hot swappable if you gotta turn it off.
But that's what like the key was there to like unlock it so it wouldn't just like flop out.
I mean, I'm saying like you gotta keep that computer on. You can't turn the computer off. Nah, hot swapping, baby. You take that motherfucker out while the OS still going.
Like, I'm like, Ruin, yeah, I'm gonna be in the corner today.
Ruin. As long as I'm on Twitch and YouTube, I will always have spinning drives. Yeah, like I will eagerly await the day that there are like 14 terabyte NVMe drives.
I'm like, look,
but also I can't afford that shit.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, real talk. If you make any kind of content, hell, if you just like make it, even if you just like, you know, like making like little clips on Shadow Play or whatever. Like, yo, let me drop this on Twitter so everybody can see my sweet gamer skills. You're gonna need more storage. Because storage is important. And if you're a content creator, hell yeah, it's important.
Look, if you own an Xbox Series S, you're gonna need a player drive.
You're gonna need a player drive.
You're gonna need
a player drive. So don't go there.
Again, this is Storage Talk Thursdays. Thank you for tuning in.
This is STT. Storage Talk Thursdays.
Oh my goodness. So let's see things here. Major TV and Major Live are now gone. I have made the very personally unpopular decision to shut down those two sites because, again, it costs money to run it, and if nobody's really using it,
right,
there's no need for me to continue running it. So I shut them down.
Yeah.
Decided to take a week off from streaming, except for today, to cry about it, get in my feelings, just dig into a big old tub of ice cream and just scream why a digital ocean.
Yeah, just eating a tub of Briars under an Afghan blanket.
Just
Sarah McLachlan playing in the background.
I'm gonna say, wow, whatever noise gate you got going on over there, just shut all or you must have the DMCA filter installed.
Probably like I keep forgetting about noise suppression because probably noise suppression was like, nope.
No, that was DMCA impression. It was so spot on. It's like, nope, we got to stop this right here. We'll stop it at the source.
Stop it at your tonsils.
Yep. So no, thank you. You do not have the rights to sing to Sarah McLachlan. We will stop you right here.
Real quick thing. Somehow people are now playing Life is Strange True Colors.
Oh my god!
Did you see that? Did you see that TikTok about that?
Yes.
That where it's like they're like all the copyrighted music is muted, and all you can hear is like footsteps and also, like yeah.
Also, shout out to whoever shout out to Life is Strange putting that part, like, I mean, just like I guess like putting that part of the game like at the very beginning, because keep playing that game, keep playing it past that, like that's at the beginning.
Yeah,
keep playing past that shit. That game will look, I tweeted out because I was playing it late. It was late Monday night.
Yeah.
I come home from work. I was sitting there playing it. It was the first night of me playing my feelings away in video games.
Right.
Pop that in. I know what Life is Strange is. I know what I'm here for. I know what I fucking signed up for.
Right.
But I still want to know who the fuck hurt Deck 9? Who hurt them? Because I swear to
A,
that first chapter was I was like, why?
an emotional.
Just why?
Yeah.
Why do you do this? Why do I subject myself to this? It's a good game. This is the best one yet. It looks great. It plays great. I love the diversity of the characters in this game. But motherfucker, why?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only 2 chapters in, so it's like
It's only gonna go downhill.
it's only going to get worse. And it's like after that, it's like there are 10 chapters in this game. They're going to hurt me. And I was like, it has to be 9 times. Like, it has to end good, right? Then I remember Life is Strange 2. I was like, no, that ended poorly for one of the 2 boys. I was like, shit. No, it is like 10 out of 10 I'm going to get fucking hurt.
Yeah.
It's a good game. That's all I can say. It's just a good game.
Yeah.
But I gotta see it through.
Yeah, there weren't many games that had me shook beyond like,
Oh my god.
beyond like the Batman the Telltale series, when it was like the first episode, it was like the first chapter, and I was like, what happened? Wait, the parents were what? Oh,
Yeah, speaking of that, yeah, those are also downloading to my Xbox.
let's go.
And honestly, I'm gonna say, like, Life is Strange was not that bad up until I think the 3rd episode
Yeah.
of the first one.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's not letting up from here. No, baby, no. Life is Strange. I think life hurts. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one, like, just tackling fucking racism in America. It's like, oh my, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I can't. Oh boy! But again, I signed up for it. Tell me why was a tamer game for the subject it was covered? Is like, yes, one of the main characters is transgender. You're good with this? Great. Let's move on. We will touch on that. We will tackle that. But like, and then some of it has to deal with that. But it does not hurt you as bad, or at least for me, it did not hurt me as bad as what Life is Strange does. It's like, if you want to play Life is Strange light, yes, play Tell Me Why. You got to be in a headspace. You have to be in a certain headspace to play Life is Strange.
But one of them, not as emotionally draining.
Oh my god. Also, I think it was early Tuesday morning. Well, apparently, what got me to stop playing Life is Strange was I had a network issue, like late at night. Excuse me. So I had to wait for that to kind of iron itself out. So once that happened, Deathloop activated for me. So I played a little bit of that. That game seems fun, but also I feel like I need to be, again, like, speaking of games I need to be in headspaces for, playing a game where messages are just appearing in the sky,
right,
where it's like very supernaturally and I don't know what's happening. Yeah, that's a game I need to play earlier in the day.
Right.
But outside of that, like, yeah, it's really it looks good. It plays well. Like, I was amazed at the detail of the island from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Again, playing at 1440p at well over 100 FPS. So apparently, like, Bethesda, like any game, I'm saying at this point, because I've only played actually like 0 Bethesda games. I mean, I played a little bit of Fallout, a little bit of was it the Skyrim, and those games have not played well given what I've played on before.
Right.
But again, like you look at Doom, which is a ZeniMax title,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the Wolfenstein games have played very well. And I've not heard issues about Dishonored, which Arcane is the developers of Deathloop. They're behind the Dishonored series.
Mm-hmm.
Ruin, I can't. It's that's just too much for me, man.
Yeah. See, you have to think about.
I can look at Doom and I can admire Doom for what it is, but it's like that's just too much.
Right. Like I've always said, the non-Bethesda games are always done well,
and that's what it's looking like, because
Right.
it's also like I have played a little bit of Wolfenstein.
Right.
I played that on console. I don't think I've played them on PC, but even on console they play very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this, like Deathloop plays very well, except, and I don't know if I included it in the stories this week. I don't remember. I did not, because again, it was game specific and not necessarily like controversial, and the amount of people who were reporting the issue compared to everybody else is very low.
Right.
There is some hitching in the PC version of Deathloop, and it depends on who you are. Apparently, I am one of the people who are being affected by it. People are looking at Lenovo as the culprit for it. So,
It's definitely
because again, look at RE8.
Yeah.
I've not heard. I've like outside of like what I saw like on a couple of gaming sites. I've not seen like Digital Foundry saying anything about it. Actually, I don't even think I've seen Digital Foundry put anything for Deathloop, or if they have, I may have put it on Plex and haven't really paid much attention to it. But yeah, some people are saying that there is some hitching and stuff on PC. Again, I am one of those people who have dealt with it, and I stopped. Like I was playing it late at night, so like I had to stop because I had to go to bed. I just need to go to bed. I had to put my son on the bus. But yeah, I'm not playing it until they address the issue. I'm not gonna play it again until they address the issue, because and also it'll give me time to go and finish Life is Strange. But yeah, from what I've played of it, what I've seen of it, outside of the hitching, that game does look amazing, and I cannot wait to get back into it. Let's see, Doom Eternal was a big one where they removed it because of performance issues. That was good on them. Yeah, like I mean, again, like the article that I read, like Arcane and a lot of the non-Bethesda studios, or the ZeniMax larger cinematic universe of developers. I heard that they normally take Lenovo out after a while. I mean, because like I don't know about Arcane, but I know like they tend to put their shit on Linux. They use Vulkan and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't know what Arcane's going to do. This is the first Arcane game that I've played. Again, the third Bethesda published game I've probably ever played in my life. But yeah. I'm waiting on that. But yeah, so a little bit of Life is Strange, a little bit of Deathloop. I want to get into. I said last week I was going to stream some trucks ATS, but never got around to that. They put out the Idaho update a couple of weeks ago that I kind of want to dig into. But of course, I am stalling. I don't know why, because I have it right here. I also picked up a new product this week.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
So of course, for those who don't know, like I'm normally at work when I'm out and about when I'm wanting to listen to music, I use AirPods Pro for my iPhone, my MacBook, or whatever. But lately, I've been having an issue where I'm getting really annoyed with having something in my ears.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to try something over ear, these on ear, over ear.
Right.
So yesterday I tried using. I went back to my wired Audio Technica headphones. I forget what model they are. They were a pretty popular brand when I bought them a few years ago. So I went back to my regular over-ear headphones, wired. I was like, okay, you know what? These don't bother me as much. So I started doing my research, and of course, I was looking at various Bluetooth headphones I could use. I saw a special for Beats. I was like, I could go back to Beats. Now that they were Apple, they're probably a little bit better than they used to be. You know, everybody's talking about Sony, of course, MKBHD, Your Average Consumer, Unbox Therapy. They're still talking about is like the XM3, like Sony XM3s. Like the active noise canceling king of Bluetooth headphones. But there was one that caught my eye, and I remembered them from before. And of course, as you saw, they are the Microsoft Surface headphones.
Ooh.
So yeah, these are $250. Best Buy, Amazon, what have you. Bluetooth, active noise cancellation. And again, like anecdotally, according to everybody else, like these do not sound as well. They don't do ANC as well as the Sony headphones, like whether they're the XM3s or not the XM4s that came out last year. But the things I like about them is that they actually have these knobs.
Oh yeah, the knobs.
They've got the knobs. Let's see, I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right side here. I can't. Okay, yeah. So left knob, this right here. This is for active noise canceling, so you can dial in how much noise canceling you want.
Oh, nice.
And the right knob is for volume. Touch control, so I can, it is the same number of taps for play, pause, next track, previous track. I can hold it down, and again, like they work like my AirPods, where I can hold it down and it pulls up the voice assistant. So like I get Siri. The one thing I don't have is like Hey Siri. Okay, good. My phone didn't go off when I said that. Also, the one thing I liked about these, that the Sonys don't have now. I think the XM4s have it now, but they have multi-device support, where I compare it to multiple devices, and I can kind of switch back and forth between them just fine, like I could with my AirPods. I think the XM4, I think they can do like 2 or 3 devices. This can do 10.
Oh.
I can pair this thing up to 10 devices, and in the app, I can sit there and choose which ones I want them paired to.
Yeah, see, I like that.
So like the XM3s, and I think Tycho, he had recommended some that were like $250. It was like the Sony like extra bass versions. They didn't necessarily have like active noise canceling, but it was $250 as well. I could have bought them at Best Buy. Also comes with a dope carrying case too. Like this thing reminds me of like the Elite controller, with the case and everything. Yeah, with the XM3s and like the ones that Tycho was showing me yesterday, those don't even have multiple device support. Like I'd have to repair with each new device I want to use them with. So yeah, like I've been loving the like these are the Surface headphones too. They're $250 on Best Buy and Amazon. I want to say on Amazon they actually they had the first Surface headphones. Now those are like $150 or something. But they only come in gray. The Surface headphones too, they come in like a gray and they have the black ones. So like of course I had to get the black ones, you know. I ain't doing no gray, I ain't trying to stick out. And like, dude, these headphones sound great. Again, like because they're over the ear and they're not going in my ears, I was able to just wear them almost all day. It's been amazing. I love these things. There's still some quirks I'm still trying to figure out. But yeah, I'll get there. I'll figure it out. I'm trying to think. There's something else here. Oh, I bought a dongle so I can get wireless controller support working for my PC. Apparently there was an update that went out to Xbox One controllers that I think the Series controllers had, where you could double, like you can these had multi-device support. But I think it's between the Windows 10 proprietary signal and regular Bluetooth. Because like I tried this with the Elite controller, I tried it with this one. I cannot switch it between my PC with the Windows 10 dongle and the Xbox One or the Xbox Series S. So I feel like I wasted $25, but not really, because now I can just use my controller wirelessly. I don't have to worry about it being tethered to something and, you know, getting caught up, and it's less wires and cables I need over here on my desk. So picked that up. Got an Oculus face mask coming in the mail. That just got cleared for international shipping. It's in Alaska. It's the first time since 2008 I've had something shipped directly from China. So it was weird when I got an email from FedEx today. Said it's cleared international shipping. Like, wait, what? I was like, oh shit! Like, okay, they jumped from fucking Hong Kong to Alaska. Like, all right, cool. That's kind of dope. I love watching packages being shipped.
Same.
And speaking of packages being shipped, I have a package. It's coming from Pennsylvania, from Fulfillment Center. Have no idea what the fuck this is. Nobody has told me they are sending me anything. According to UPS, it is a 3-pound box.
Ooh.
So something's in it. And they finally updated to let me know that it'll be here Sunday. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting Sunday when something shows up in my front porch and I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, that was one of my homies that sent me like a pop from my wish list, and I was like, oh, it's like the whole surprise, but I didn't know it was out there till like 2 days, and it got kind of slightly damp.
Sir.
So yeah, my K2SO is a little, like, the box is a little warped, but it's fine.
Now, like, I get upset when I get an email from like FedEx, UPS, or USPS say, hey, you got a package that's showing up. Like, I didn't order anything, and I see who it's addressed to. So, ma'am, what do you have delivered to my house? Oh yeah, that's right. I ordered this. You need to tell me when things are showing up here. I do. Look, it is 2021 in the middle of a panopticon, and you got random ass shit showing up. Like, we can't do this, boo boo. People trying to kill us physically, emotionally, mentally, biologically. Like, I need to know.
I need to know when things are coming through the mail, because I don't.
Well, all right. We've spent a long time. Surprisingly, between the two of us.
Right.
Between the two of us, we spent a lot of time talking about, hey, what's been going on with us?
Oh.
It's fantastic. So let's say we get into some news. This week, of course, Apple announced a whole bunch of stuff, but not really.
Yeah.
Also, Apple just appears to be in a shit ton of hot water this week. And many other things that are going on. So let's get into it, shall we? Starting with the California streaming event. Been ignoring Apple News, so you can enlighten. Well, enlighten you I shall.
Okay.
So yes, Apple had their California streaming event Tuesday, which didn't really have much. Of course, they announced their new iPhone, which is about more of the same. It's a little bit thicker. They've made the bezel a little bit smaller. Or not the bezel, but the dip. What was it? What do they call it? The notch.
The notch, yeah.
The notch is a little bit smaller. The cameras are a little bit better. They've got the like every one of them's got like the sensor shift stuff. They're doing rack focus stuff now computationally. Really wasn't much. It really wasn't much to really write home about with the new iPhones. But yeah, I guess if you're slowly being edged out of updates, maybe this is the one you update to.
Yeah.
Of course, I made the joke that I am 98% sure that I am not going to update my phone this year. But my dad did get a 12 Pro Max a couple of weeks ago. And I'm like, But now, actually, after I've sat on it, and thought about it, I am not going to update my phone. It does not make sense.
Yeah, you can skip a year.
I mean, I'm probably not going to skip a year. I probably will update my Pixel this year.
Okay. If you're gonna upgrade something, just upgrade the Pixel.
The way Google Fi is looking like they're setting up their device, but it seems like they're going the same route as a lot of the other U.S. carriers, to where like you can sign up for the service and like pay off the cost of the device over like 2 years or something like that. So like, because the Pixel 4a was super fucking cheap, like I could probably just buy out the rest of that phone.
Yeah.
Like once the Pixel 6 comes out, and just like that way I can keep the Pixel 4a and then get the new Pixel 6 and then just play around with that instead.
Okay.
The Apple Watch Series 7 was announced. People were expecting a very, very flat design Apple Watch, similar to the iPhones and the iPad Pros. They did not get that. Apparently the screen is just bigger, and it seems like it wraps around the edge just a little bit, but outside of that, it still looks about the same. They announced a new low-cost iPad, which still looks like an iPad. Like, I do not understand why it still looks like that, but here we are. But they did, and the one thing that I am excited about is that they did actually redesign the iPad mini. Excuse me, sorry, a little phlegm there. Hold on. I want to get a better look at the iPad mini. There we go. Okay, yeah. So there we go. The new iPad mini that looks just like the iPad Pro and the iPad Air, and of course the new iPhone starting with 12. So like I'm pretty excited about how this iPad looks. Of course, they did the thing that I wish they would do with iPhones, which is put the Touch ID on the power button. That way, people who are wearing masks don't necessarily have to rely on Face ID.
Exactly.
To unlock their phones, especially if they don't have an Apple Watch. That's the one thing that's kind of my saving grace is being able to use my Apple Watch, but not everybody has one.
Right.
So the fact that they're putting, like, I do not understand why we cannot put a fingerprint reader on the power button instead of like everybody waiting for in-screen fingerprint readers. But yeah, it doesn't seem like, yep, see, there we go. Do not understand why we cannot do this on an iPhone. I don't understand why we cannot get Touch ID on the power button.
I have no idea.
But yeah. Also, they have of course they moved over to USB-C for this iPad. Second generation iPad Apple Pencil support.
Cool.
They have the ultra wide cameras, and I think the new iPads have them as well, to where they do that the whole center stage thing, which is really cool. Yeah, not much else outside of it is probably the most expensive iPad. The iPad mini starts at $500 fucking dollars. I do not understand that. Like how the mini one costs so much more than the big one.
I think it's more in line to, because when I was looking at iPads, I think it was the 8th gen iPads, the 2020 models. I looked like, for my mom, I was looking for the mini because my mom had a 1st gen mini, and I was like, yo, let's see how much the mini costs again. So we looked at the mini. The mini was like upwards of $120 more than because they were like same generation of iPads, but just smaller, but for more money. And then I looked at the regular size iPad, the standard size iPad, which is bigger, and it was like $299. And I'm thinking like, I think you're gonna have a bigger iPad, Mom.
Yeah, so here we go. So here's the comparisons for the three current gen iPads. Now I'm not going to include the iPad Pro, because just no. We already know those are supposed to be expensive.
Right.
So the 4th generation iPad Air, this is the first iPad that did take on the iPad Pro design.
Right.
This starts at $600. The iPad 9th generation, which was announced Tuesday, starts at $329. And the new iPad mini, which was also announced on Tuesday, $499.
Now, I think, that's dope. $329. That's dope. But then I got a feeling that those regular iPads are probably going to be like, especially going into the holidays, because I think that's what happened with ours.
Oh yeah,
are gonna be gonna be like $299, $279.
I mean, the fact that too, I mean, they still sell. Well, apparently on Apple, they are not selling the 8th generation iPad anymore. They have removed it. It is gone.
No. That's probably just gonna be like,
so let's see here,
Amazon and Rakuten.
I wouldn't go so far as Rakuten. I mean, even probably fucking Best Buy here.
Yeah, Best Buy will have them. Like the 8th gens, yeah.
Let's
like
see. They've got the 9th gen listed, but let's see. I'm looking.
Target and Walmart, and they'll probably still have 8 gens. 8 gens until like about the 9ths come out, and yeah. Because that's what I'm thinking. Like, kind of looking at my mom's iPad. I'm like, I could probably do with an iPad myself. Just imagine sitting here on the desk, sitting here, having it on the desk or in bed, looking at Crunchyroll. Good feel. That'd be nice. Plus, I miss the Apple ecosystem again. Like just being able to log into my old account and have all my all my apps back.
Oh, I take that back. Geez, sorry, my voice broke up there for a second.
Uh-oh.
8th gen iPads are not in stock.
Mm. Either they
So,
were quietly delisted. Not delisted, but
and
either they
even into
sent
they're
them
still
back.
going for $329.
Yeah.
The 32 gigabyte gold model, $329.
Mm-hmm. Either they are in the hands of possible quiet resellers, or they're going back to Apple.
Which doesn't make sense because Best Buy normally doesn't return stock like that. They would just sell out.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Just probably sold existing stock, and then once they were sold.
Because I mean, I could still buy a 7.9 inch. I could still buy the 5th generation iPad Mini. Yeah.
That's weird.
So I don't know what's going on, but maybe if you check Amazon, but my first thought was just to go to Best Buy, but Amazon might still have them in stock.
Yeah, Amazon might. I'll
check. Like those will probably drop in price once the 9th gens hit.
Yeah.
And like even into like checking like refurbished or whatever, Apple may have some 8th gen in stock as well.
Oh yeah, definitely refurbished.
Nothing else really software wise was announced. This is nothing really big. They dropped the 64 gigabyte of storage, so like the base models now start at 128 with the iPhones. The the 13 Pro and the Pro Max now have ProMotion displays, which get up to 120 hertz refresh rate. So you should get buttery smooth displays.
Buttery smooth.
The Pro models go up to 1 terabyte of storage. Pricing tops out at $1,600. Tippity top of the line iPhones. The 10R and the 12 Pro are discontinued.
Oh yeah.
So you can still buy, and so the models are the iPhone 13 line, the iPhone 12, 12 mini, 11, and iPhone SE. No more Pro models for you for the iPhone 12. Let's see. Yeah, nothing here. iOS 15, iPad OS 15, Watch OS 8, TV OS 15 will all be released on September 20th. So that is next Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that's next Monday. Still no word on when Monterey will be released, but I imagine they will cover that. They're saying there's supposed to be another Apple event next month that may cover the Macs. Because, they still got plenty of Mac products to put out with that M1 chip. So, and then there's some Apple Fitness stuff. I might look into getting Apple Fitness.
Okay.
Might see what that's like. When I need to figure out what the shoulder's gonna look like, because I can't think about like yoga and Pilates. Like, if I can't lift my left arm above my head like I want to, maybe I should not be doing any yoga, or I will be on the floor. Say, look, I'm just gonna do this laying down, just like this.
Yeah, just
the downward dog, just in the air.
Yeah, just light cardio and stretching.
Yeah,
that's really all you need. Light cardio, just like do like this.
See, I can't do that. It'd be with one hand.
Or just one hand.
Yeah, like my left arm is like, yeah, fuck that.
Sometimes, like, you can do like alternate reps. Like, you can do like one thing and then one out. Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that even that's still like I talked to my doctor Tuesday, and I'm gonna have to go see. I think it's an orthopedic surgeon or whatever, whoever works on shoulders. I don't know. I forget what they call them. See what they say.
Okay.
I ain't trying to hurt myself. I'm tired of that. Getting too old for that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all from the Apple event that was Tuesday. Now it's time to get into all the shit that Apple's been up to since before then.
Oof.
Starting with Apple fires engineering manager Ashley Gjøvik. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. For allegedly violating company rules.
Oh.
As reported by The Verge and also shared by Gjøvik on Twitter, Apple reached out to Gjøvik earlier today regarding a sensitive intellectual property matter. The company informed her about the urgency of a call and also mentioned that her cooperation and participation is imperative. Gjøvik responded to Apple's email asking to keep the discussion written as she wanted to forward the correspondence to the National Labor Relations Board. An Apple representative then answered that since she chose not to participate in the discussion, they would suspend her access from Apple's systems. Hours later, she was informed that her contract with Apple was being terminated.
Ooh.
In addition to the issues about harassment and sexism, the engineer also reported how she felt uncomfortable with some of Apple's privacy policies, which include letting the company access employees' personal information. And okay, this is additional, but yeah, still pertinent. An Apple spokesperson told The Verge that the company has always been deeply committed to creating and maintaining a positive and inclusive workplace, but that whenever a concern is raised and out of respect for the privacy of if any individuals involved, we do not discuss specific employee matters. I'm just saying, if she was willing to put it out there, I think she's okay. And, you only saying that is only here to protect you.
Sounds like somebody who is promptly covering their ass.
Yeah, so there's some background. Like, this is the Apple employee who has been kind of leading that charge into saying, hey, yeah, Apple is saying one thing about, closing that wage gap, among other things about diversity they keep spouting, but it ain't really what's happening. So yeah, Apple did not start off this week okay, knowing that they were about to go into this event on Tuesday. Now, what may have been good news for Apple, at least they took it as good news, but for developers outside of Apple who are developing apps for the App Store, it's kind of a good win for them. Epic versus Apple ruling has been revealed. It is over. But not really. We'll get into that in a second. Apple must allow App Store devs to redirect users to other payment systems. This is where we will put in the Kev hand clap of praise.
Hand clap of praise. Hand clap of praise.
Just over 3 months after the conclusion of the trial, Judge Yvonne, it's Yvonne, right? Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers has handed down her ruling in the Apple versus Epic Games case. Judge Rogers has issued a permanent injunction saying that Apple can no longer forbid developers from directing users to a third-party payment option.
Right.
Which means that Epic could, or actually Epic can't. Let's use another developer because Epic can't. Meaning that any developer, Spotify, Netflix, whatever, can say, hey, instead of, subscribing through Apple and having to pay them 30% of whatever we would have gotten, you could pay us directly by using our system. It's going to be great. It's fantastic. And we see more, if not all, of the profits.
Right.
Everyone except Apple and Epic had a pretty good result. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. So it's like hooray it's developers.
Like, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I was talking to Ruin about it before, like, because like when I shared this on the Discord, we were talking about it. This will be great news, but only after we see how Epic responds to it, because Apple was quick to say, hooray, we're not a monopoly, so fuck you. Even though we know Apple was still pissed that, well, shit, now they've circumvented that 30%. We ain't getting that 30% anymore. Even though they're like, well, people aren't going to really trust it. Like, we could let them do it, but people are going to, like, it'll be quicker and easier if, they ran through Apple Pay or some shit. Also, Apple is pretty happy because Epic has to pay Apple.
Yes.
Let's see. So in a statement to 9to5Mac, Apple said, today the court has affirmed what we've known all along. The App Store is not in violation of antitrust law. As the court recognized, success is not illegal. Apple faces rigorous competition in every segment in which we do business, and we believe customers and developers choose us because our products and services are the best in the world. No, that's not true. It's either, like, for apps, it's like either it's just go through the App Store for you. They didn't choose you. It's just that really outside of Android, if they wanted to put an app out, where would they put it? But I digress. We remain committed to ensuring the App Store is a safe and trusted marketplace that supports a thriving developer community and more than 2.1 million U.S. jobs, and where the rules apply equally to everyone. Which brings us to Epic. Of course, if you're looking at the video, the next question is Fortnite coming back to the App Store? No, it's not. I can tell you right now, it's not. Nope. Essentially, the judge held up Apple's decision to revoke Epic's developer accounts because Epic was being petty at the time all this started.
It sure as hell was. All those great skins that they posted? Yeah.
You remember that?
Go off that well.
Remember when they just put the button out, knowing that Apple was going to sit there and remove the app, and then that whole free Fortnite shit, and tried to mobilize a whole bunch of fucking angsty ass white teenagers to go after Apple. Remember that? Huh? Remember that? Right. Yeah, that didn't work out too well for them. Now did it? Huh?
The whole commercial and that skin, yeah, that didn't play out too well. Because again, it's what we knew. And they didn't know is that if you poke at the beast gonna remember this. It's like Telltale. Tim Cook will remember this. Like Tim Cook will remember this.
Like it's a thing of like it's like Tim Sweeney is smart as that man is. That motherfucker is like, yeah, he's like gamer TM motherfucker. And it's like, yeah. How did you not see this was gonna happen? Like you decided you broke. Like, okay, let's look at the Olympics, right? Oh, I forget. Right. Shamari, I can't remember her name. The one who
Shikari.
Yeah, Shikari. The one who
Richardson.
Yes. Like she was taken off the team because of the fact that she tested positive for THC.
Right.
And how so many people were upset, like, well, this shouldn't be a thing. But everybody else bounced back. It's like, well, sure, the rule is unfair, but you have to play by the rules. This also applied to Epic.
Right.
The rule is unfair, but you have to play by the rules.
You got to play by the rules.
And you didn't. So
and you played yourself.
Yeah. So like the judge said, like, look, I mean, Epic got what they wanted, but they also got what they wanted.
It's like the monkey's paw wish. They won, and in turn, they won, but that they still lost at the same thing. It's like Thanos. Did you do it? Yes. What did it cost? Everything.
I mean,
yeah.
So again, like after this ruling came out, and again, like it was something where like the question is Fortnite coming back to the App Store, like the fact that they tried it in South Korea and it did not work.
Yeah.
Meant like I had a feeling it was not going to happen here in the States either.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like at this point, with the ruling having come out, having come out, and it was like, all right, the developers can now, or any developer that develops for the App Store, they can now point to alternative payment methods. That's great. Now, as I've said at the beginning, Epic is not the one we wanted to fight this battle, but they were big enough to fight the battle. And if they really were doing it for the developer like they said they were doing it, then at the end of all of this, they was like, all right, we fought the good fight, and now the developers are good. Sure, we may not be able to put Fortnite on iOS anymore, but we fought that fight, and the developers won in the end.
Right.
Nah, Epic said, fuck that. Epic said, fuck all of that. Yeah, like Ruin said, like what is the legal definition for a video game or a button? This motherfucker, Tim Sweeney, was still petty as shit.
Mm-hmm.
The day after the ruling came out, like, what's a button?
What's a button?
What's a button?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, what really is a button? I mean, is it something that hooks on your shirt? Is it on a screen?
Just dumb shit. It's
what
dumb
is
shit.
That?
Like, Tim, sit your whole ass down.
Mm-hmm. Take your L. Take your win / L.
Sweetie, not Cook. Sweetie, Tim Sweeney, sit your whole ass down.
You know what Tim Sweeney is? Tim Sweeney is like a poor winner.
Very much so.
Because he did not win the way he wanted to win. He wanted a crushing victory, and Tim Cook pleading on his hands and knees. Oh, Master Sweeney, please take. Here are the keys to Apple. Control both companies. You know, like that kind of thing. He wanted crushing.
He wanted that Elon Musk move.
He wanted Elon Musk. He wanted that. He was watching Conan the Barbarian way too much, and was like, crush our enemies, see them driven before you, hear the lamentation of their women. Like that's what he's thinking in his mind. He wants total and utter winning. You know, destroy their gods, salt their fields, and just literally crush an enemy to dust. And he didn't get that. And so now he's pissed. So now it's like, I want to win the way I want to win.
And like, again, I hope that this shit I hope it gets smacked the fuck down.
Oh, it is.
I hope.
It is.
Like, now, it's like, I don't want to cheer for Apple, but also, yeah, Tim Sweeney and Epic need to learn a fucking lesson now.
Right. Exactly.
Because, like, again, he could have been the person. Again, we didn't choose Epic to fight this battle for all developers, but they were the biggest ones in the fucking room to fight this fight.
He could have literally been like Bane on the courthouse steps. Be like, give it back to you, the people. Like, he could have been that, but instead he was the Bane that blew up the football field. That's the Bane he was. You're the wrong Bane, guy. You're the wrong Bane.
Like, don't come, like, and again, it's like, when I hate when crypto people come and like, we're trying to decentralize currency for everybody. I said, no, you're not, because once Bitcoin blew up, once Ethereum blew up, won't no regular average Joe person going to be able to benefit from any of this. Mm-hmm. You already outpriced us all, so what the fuck? Yeah. No, it is no longer decentralized.
No, y'all just like trying to line your pockets.
Exactly. And like this, like for him to sit and say, yes, we're doing this for all developers, but then when all developers won and he didn't,
right?
Like, no,
none of it.
This is unacceptable.
Flip the table.
Yeah, I felt it over here. Like, you're just in Carrie, just like, fuck this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Carrie Townsend just quiver for a second.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if anybody was really hoping that Tim Sweeney and Epic were fighting for the developers for this, no, they weren't. They could care less. And like I learned a very valuable lesson this during all of this. The Tim Sweeney did not care about the developers, but I am glad that the developers and the consumers did win something out of this.
That sets a precedent. Sets a precedent.
Yeah.
And I like that.
And Apple was being handed shit left and right between Japan, South Korea, and this U.S. ruling. I think something happened in Europe too, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't remember.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happens in Europe. Europe's like, oh, shutting off.
Yeah,
Europe don't play.
Yeah, when it comes to privacy, like I see y'all over there, but they still fucking up with shit too.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that in a second. Well, I'm granted, London is a part of Europe, or the UK is a part of Europe, but not really part of the EU. But we'll get to London in a second.
Yeah.
Last bit of iOS news, just from the news part. There's an iPhone exploit, or there was an iPhone exploit being sold to the UAE by mercenaries working on behalf of a US firm. That's some fucking Tom Clancy shit if I'd ever heard it.
That is some like Tom Clancy, what's his name? James Peterson ass shit right there. That's like something our dads would read. You know? That's like, God, that's the type of like plot that's on the cover, that's in a book.
John Grisham. It's a John Grisham novel too.
A John Grisham, a
John
Clive,
Grisham in there. Yeah.
A Clive cluster, like just books about submarines.
Yes.
That's all it is. Books about submarines. That's what it's about. It's just about something our dads would read, you know, that would just read.
The Hunt for the Red iPhone.
The Hunt for the Red.
Oh my God. So
Craig.
So there's a zero-click security exploit that was reported in 2019 to have been used by former U.S. government intelligence operatives, but the full background wasn't known at the time. Let's see here. This was an exploit. I had the year. Oh, the privacy exploit was reported to have been used in 2016 and 2017 before it was blocked by an Apple security update. So to be clear, this is not the one they just patched. It had been patched years ago. Or at least about 2 or at least about 2-3 years ago.
Right.
But what gets me is the DOJ said that 3 mercenaries had agreed to pay $1.685 million to settle the case against them. The U.S. citizens Mark Bayer, 49, Ryan Adams, 34, and former U.S. citizen Daniel Garrick, 40, all former employees of the U.S. intelligence community, USIC, or the U.S. military, entered into a deferred prosecution agreement, DPA, that restricts their future activities and employment and requires the payment of $1.685 million in penalties to resolve a Department of Justice investigation regarding violations of U.S. export control, computer fraud, and access device fraud laws. The fact that there were 3 different men, almost like, you know, fuck it, we just went, we did the thing, we got the score, and we just went our separate ways. People that were in the intelligence community or in the military, just like, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna look, we're done with our government jobs. We got one last score to make. We're going over to the UAE. We're going to Abu Dhabi. And I think that is where they went. Yes, Abu Dhabi. Make sure I didn't make that up. They was like, we're going to go over Abu Dhabi. We're going to sell this shit. We're going to cash out. And that's it. Like, that's what they did. Like we're going to throw some Ocean's 11 in that shit, too.
We're going to tour Europe. We're going to tour Europe. We're going to go to Macau. Gamble it. Yeah.
Like, come on. I want to see this movie. It may be boring as shit, like just selling an iPhone exploit, but like, look, I just want to see like this is the basis for that movie, and they just like zhuzh it up a little bit.
Yeah, give it a little zhuzh.
I want to see
Could either be like Mission Impossible. It could be Bond. It could be Thomas Crown. I'm good. I'm good either way. Make it happen.
I almost want to believe that like Edward Snowden's story is just as boring. Like,
but again, they got to judge it.
Yeah, you got to judge it a little bit. Like, I'm sure running for your life from government agency or from government agents is
right.
Like, especially like, look, if you could just die or get locked up in prison forever, like, yes, to that individual, and given his situation, that is intense. And I'm pretty sure like he wakes every day is like, that's just fucking intense.
Right.
But it's like, as a casual observer of watching him move, I imagine it would not be as impressive as like watching like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it'd be like he got on the airplane
and just flew away.
He flew away. And that was it, yeah.
He threw a cell phone away.
Right.
And again, not to make light of Edward Snowden's case. Like, honestly, they need to leave that fucking man alone.
Yeah, they need to leave that man.
They need to leave him alone. He did what was right. But yeah, this right here, it's this seems like it's really boring. It's just like it's three guys. Like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just make a little money. Just go over, sell it, and get paid and go home.
Reminds me of like, do you remember that movie, War Dogs?
I do remember. I've been wanting to see it. That is on Hulu. Yeah. I think I've seen that advertised on Hulu. It was either Hulu or Netflix. I saw it. It was like, damn, I should watch that, and then never got around to watching it.
It's like, that's what I think. It's like oddball. Imagine like oddball, like arms dealers.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like two regular dudes who just like regular dudes be like, you know what? We're gonna be like weapons.
Let's sell weapons.
Yeah, let's just do weapons. That's some of my most favorite movies. Is just like regular ass dudes doing like stuff that we think like Christoph Waltz would be doing. Brothers that look like Christoph Waltz would be doing.
Speaking of selling weapons, have you seen the latest? I know I asked you yesterday, but have you seen the latest episode of What If?
Yes.
Ooh. That's the one I had to stop what I was doing. Because no matter I'm doing something else when that's on.
Right.
I had to stop. I was
like, I'm with all this.
Yes.
I had to push stream back because I had to finish. I was watching that in the morning while I was eating breakfast, and I'm sitting there eating breakfast like, this is intense.
I can never get down with the people who are saying like Thanos is right. But I am on team Killmonger was right.
Oh yeah, Killmonger
was right. And like that was more of it.
Yeah, I was always of the fact that Killmonger was right. He was wrong in his execution, but he was never wrong.
Oh, he was never wrong.
He was 100% right in what he was 100% right about everything he felt, everything that he did, anything that it was about. I just didn't like his methods, and that was and that in itself is like, yep, that's what a villain is. You agree with his ideology, you understand his process, you're horrified by his methods, but you like to see him getting his shit done. Like,
and it's a thing to like even
process.
It's a thing to like what that set up,
right?
Like what that whole story set up, and I was like, I need more of that. I look, without spoiling it, I need more of this. This story. How about we just have a what if of just that storyline? Like, let's not do an anthology series. Let's just pick up where that episode left off. I want to see that play out. I need a movie of this.
Right.
Not 30 minutes. I want 2 hours of that.
It's like I want a continuation of episode 1, episode 2, and episode 7.
No,
like,
I just want 7.
Yeah,
I can give, because the rest of them episodes, like, I don't remember the first one that well, but the rest of them seem like, well, I mean, I remember I'm talking like the ending of it.
Oh,
because the endings of all those other episodes, like, That's a bad place to end. It just seems like it's more fucked there than it was like originally, for what I remember of those movies.
Right.
The ending of was it 7 was last week or this week's?
Yeah.
That one. That one's going to be great. That one's going to be great. That one was positive. That one was positive enough because I want to see. I just like, without spoiling, I just want to see where that goes.
Right.
I was so upset when it ended. I was like, do not do this.
Right. Yeah, I was wrong. It's not 7, it's 6.
Okay.
It was 6. Yeah. But yeah, 6, I definitely want more of 6. 2, I would like more of 2.
What was 2?
2 was like, what if T'Challa became Star-Lord?
You know what? Okay, you know what? That was okay too. I would take more of that.
Yeah.
That one actually ended very well too.
Mm-hmm. How that end played out.
I also want to point out that
for
3 of those episodes, you ended up in Wakanda for one reason or another.
Yeah.
Except I did not like. Was it last week's?
5. I didn't like 5.
I did not like why you ended up in what happened when they ended up in Wakanda. I was like, no.
And 4 made me mad.
Oh, that was, yeah. Like, dude, you knew what you needed to do.
Yeah.
Anywho,
yeah.
Thanks for coming to What If Talk Thursdays.
Yeah, that's the what if portion of the podcast.
Just randomly in the middle talking about iPhone exploits. But yeah, don't worry about the exploit. It's been patched.
Yeah, just don't worry about that. We're good.
Yeah, I still would like to see a movie of this story though.
Me too.
I want to see it. Told you we get to London. London police chief uses 9/11 to attack end-to-end encrypted messages because that's what politicians do. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. I do not give a shit what your justifications are. You are not taking my end-to-end encryption. Fuck you. Fuck everything you stand for. This ain't it. This ain't the move. If you were shitty enough, if you were too damn shit to catch your criminals without violating citizens' privacy, get better at your fucking job, damn it.
Get good.
Get good.
This is get good of procedurals.
I swear, this is this privilege just seeping out the mouth. Because, like you said, well, in order for us to do our job, we need all of your phone records.
No, you don't.
And it's like, no, I'm talking about the police chief.
Oh, no,
we need all of your shit. All of it. I want, like as T-Pain said, I want it all.
I want it all. I want it all.
Damn it, that was such a good clip.
Between that one and Jesus tapped dance in Christ. Like do something else. Do something else. Jesus tap dance in Christ.
I ain't seen that. You gotta send me that one. I ain't seen that one.
Oh, that was amazing. That was like of music. So I have to look. I'm trying. I think that might be on TikTok. Hold on.
Yeah, you remember what happened a couple weeks ago? I'm no longer on TikTok. So even though my wife sent me something earlier this week, yeah, she sent it to me like Monday night. Apparently there's a service where you can sign up for it and attach your streaming accounts to it and get paid for them to take your data and see what you're watching because black people are the culture. And initially it was like, hey, would you sell your data? I'm like, fuck no. And I shouted that out so loud. And I had to go that says, look, I'm not mad at the app. I'm not mad at the idea. Maybe because I didn't know what it was. But when she said, do you want to sell your data? I was like, no, fuck no. Then I went to see what the app was about. And realized that, no, that's actually what this thing is. Like, Issa Rae apparently, invested in this company that's harvesting people of color's data because we are the culture and we should get paid for it. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm not selling you my data. No. Like, I am not that desperate. I can't do it. These people just want you to just fucking give it up for free. Fuck that. Miss me with that bullshit.
I don't have money to just be giving people like that. No. I don't need money like that. Thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of giving people money for very shifty things, ExpressVPN was bought by the company that made SUPERFISH. For those who do not remember what SUPERFISH was, and I had to look this up. I remember hearing about it, but I had to be refreshed as to what SUPERFISH was. Let's see. ExpressVPN has just been purchased by Cape, who will be combining it with their other VPN purchases, which include CyberGhost VPN, ZenMate, and private internet access. Ooh, not the one that Linus promotes. Ugh, it's not a good look. There's just one. Wow, I do not like that choice of word they used. Niggling? I do not like that. Causing slight but persistent annoyance, discomfort, or anxiety. I really wish they used a different word than that.
Right.
This is just one slight issue. I'm going to say that. Cape used to be Crossrider, one of the largest adware injector companies and responsible for SUPERFISH among many other adware applications. And for those who do not remember what SUPERFISH is, it was a vulnerability that was in Lenovo laptops or in Lenovo computers a few years ago. As a matter of fact, 6 years ago. Lenovo might have... This is from Forbes, how Lenovo SUPERFISH malware works and what you can do to kill it. Lenovo won't want anyone to call it that, but SUPERFISH has been described as a piece of malware or an adware pusher that the Chinese firm pre-installs on consumer laptops. SUPERFISH is also the name of the development company with bases in Tel Aviv and Palo Alto behind the tool. It claims it has, quote, developed the most advanced and scalable visual search technology in the world, end quote, and was ranked America's 64th most promising company by Forbes. From what's known about it thus far, Lenovo uses SUPERFISH to place adverts into Google search results that the laptop manufacturer wants them to see. Users were complaining about SUPERFISH back in mid-2014, but since consumers have been moaning about it in mass, Lenovo administrator finally sought to address their ire with this comment on January 23rd. Quote, SUPERFISH comes with the Lenovo consumer products only Lenovo consumer products only, and is a technology that helps users find and discover products visually. The technology instantly analyzes images on the web and presents identical and similar product offers that may have lower prices, helping users search for images without knowing exactly what an item is called or how to describe it in a typical text-based search engine. SUPERFISH technology is purely based on contextual image and not behavioral. It does not profile nor monitor user behavior. It does not record user information. It does not know who the user is. Users are not tracked nor retargeted. Every session is independent. When using SUPERFISH for the first time, the user is presented with the terms of user and privacy policy and has options not to accept these terms, i.e. SUPERFISH is then disabled, end quote. So yeah, back in 2014, Lenovo, which breaks my heart because I do remember this, and damn, what was I using in 2014? fuck, I was using a Lenovo laptop, but it was a Lenovo laptop that was older than this. And I scrape all the Lenovo bloatware off of my shit. Lenovo was putting adware on people's computers.
Oh yeah.
So the company that was responsible for that, or the adware part, not Lenovo, bought ExpressVPN.
Oof.
I am a current subscriber to ExpressVPN, so looks like I'll be looking for a new VPN service soon.
Be like OWOOOOOOF. Oof.
Still not sure about NordVPN, and it seems like private internet access is also off the table because they're also owned by Cape. So, I'm open to some VPN suggestions. And last bit of gaming news. Hey, we're going to have some crossover posts. There's a gaming type news article in tech, and there's a tech type article in gaming, which is pretty dope. First off, Discord funding round values it at an eye-popping $15 billion.
With a B.
With a B. And of course, I'm going to say something here. I am worried about PC Gamer. I really am. They've been putting out some articles lately that seem kind of very gamer TME to me.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of not being as objective as I thought they would be as of late.
Yeah, I bet.
Because this is the second article I've seen from them where, because a company who needs money to survive got money to survive, it was like, oh no, this may spell the end of Discord because they need to pay the money back that they borrowed to keep the service afloat because it does not make money in its current iteration because it's free. I can't. I do not like. For people who want to hold on to all the money, it's like, do y'all not understand how capitalism works?
Like, people ain't doing it for free out of the goodness of their heart. They need their money. That's why they had the paid tiers. That's what people pay into Nitro, because it's the paid tiers. So
it's a thing of like, if it's something that you like to use,
yeah, and
you have the means to pay for it,
yeah,
pay for it.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I mean, well, no, it is like, look, if there is something that you're using, there are human beings who are spending time, who are developing these things for you. They gotta eat too. Thank you, Young. Like Young said it, and like I put in a tweet for this post. It's like, look, I personally know it costs money to run shit 24/7.
Major speaks from experience.
So it bothers me so much when people are like, well, I gotta pay for it. Like, yes. Because you want to know what happens when you don't? Look at Google. Look at Facebook. Look at Twitter. Even Apple's getting into it a little bit. Granted, you do have to pay for Apple services. So, yeah, okay, I'll toss Apple out. But yeah, look at Google. Look at Twitter. Look at Facebook. When you get shit for free or at a heavy discount. Like paying $250 for VR, and of course, Facebook wants me to sign in with a Facebook ID. Of course.
Of course.
So, it really gets me. It really gets to me when people are like, oh Lord, they're charging for Discord. They charge more for Discord. They're going to put more features behind it. Well, of course. And it's like a thing of, if you, to use the phrase of people who, want to, get mad at, people of color who, just basically want, Twitch or YouTube or Facebook or Twitter to, protect their users. If you do not like that a company is charging you money for using their service, you are more than welcome to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can create your utopian federated chat client. It's called Matrix. You look into it. I've looked into it.
Maybe it's done the work.
Yeah, you don't have to be here. I mean, Lord knows, because I can't remember if it was comments to this post or tweet or reply tweets to this post on Twitter, where there were people who sounded alt-righty, kind of mad because they were running out of spaces to be them. So, oh wait, so somebody doesn't like your terrible views on how you view people of color, other minorities, women. Nobody liked that, so they kicked you out, or they weren't catering to you. There were communities on Discord who just didn't cater to your antics because you think shit's funny, but it's really not. It's actually terrible and vile and disgusting. So you really mad about that? Parlor's there. Parlor's waiting for you. Come and knock on their door.
Come and knock on the door.
They'll be disgusting with you.
They'll be disgusting with you.
So yeah, like if you're gonna be mad about that shit, I mean, please, by all means, peace out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is also coming from the person who said, I will pay for Twitter to not give me ads because I'm tired of being fucking sold to. And like Young said, like, yeah, either we're paying for them, or ads or mining or data.
Mm-hmm.
I will gladly give somebody like $5 a month to just leave me the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But yeah, it's really weird to like just see PC Gamer like kind of take that stance of like, oh no, like enjoy Discord while it lasts because it's not going to be the same anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure they will. They just ain't going to cater to just the weird cringe that is gaming culture on the internet because y'all fucking gross. It's like white folks who don't take baths, but just, actually that was the original white folk that didn't take baths. Gamers. Or Gamers TM, excuse me. There's a difference between gamers and Gamers TM if you've not caught on to that by now. So yeah. I don't know what to tell you. This is good for Discord. I'm glad that the company is able to continue to provide services, that people are getting paid, that Discord is still going to be a thing. Again, like with just like with every other company, I hope that they are successful. That's what you like. That's what America is for, right? A free market capitalist society. And if people want to give them money to try to develop a product, so that way the company that they're investing in can make money, therefore pay the investors back, or to eventually where they go public, and then it's a publicly traded company. We can all get a part of Discord. Ain't that what y'all want? It's like, you can't have one without the other. Just saying.
Exactly. More money means better infrastructure and possibly more features that that sometimes don't have to come out of pocket for. It's a good thing.
But they should also let me post my cringy memes. Now over to the other article that's a crossover article because, boy, this smacks of tech when it's actually about games. The Linux 5.15 update brings plenty of improvements to for AMD's hardware and the Steam Deck. So it seems like there are some updates that are coming to the latest Linux kernel that should help out with the Steam Deck. Temperature monitoring for Zen 3 APUs. Audio driver for the AMD ACP. It's the very same APU found inside of the Valve Steam Deck, by the way, just so you know. Let's see. On the graphics card front, support for over 17 new RDNA PCIDs have been added to hint at an RDNA 2 refresh, potentially even hint a brand new Radeon cards because there are more IDs than the current number of Radeon GPUs today. So yeah, looking like there's gonna be some dope Linux updates for the AMD stack that'll help your Steam Deck behave a little bit better.
Good to hear.
So yeah. Now on to strictly gaming news. This week, Windows 10 Xbox app gets Game Pass cloud streaming. So you no longer have to go through a browser. You can get it in the app itself.
Yeah, I saw that, but I'm like, they were like, oh, you need Ultimate. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll think about it.
I mean, get that Xbox, you're going to need it then.
Oh, yeah, when I get that Xbox, yeah. So I'm just right now, I'm just like, I'm going to save my little $5 for when I get my Xbox Series S.
I tried to do this. It works, but I think I was having an issue because I was also downloading a shit ton of games to my Xbox at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And the UX on the Series S is not great. I'm not sure if it's the same on the Series X. And I want to say it was more responsive on the One, where when I tried to cancel or pause things, it would just do it. The Series S, and it may be because I've done, like, I have so many things running on it. There's like I said, hey, pause the downloads. It's like, I saw that you want something from me, but I'm going to finish these 20 other things you asked me to do first before I will do that thing. Is it okay? So, it works, but yeah, I still, like, the cloud streaming for Xbox, it is not where it needs to be. Like, Stadia, Luna, and GeForce Now are way better options.
Right.
And I don't know enough about PlayStation now to even throw a judgment out on that. But
yeah, it's got a ways to go.
Yeah, I hope they get there, but it's still not. It's not the best.
I mean, it'd be a great idea if they can like pull it off, you know.
They also said that they added like console streaming for the Series consoles into the app. I was not able to get that to work though. It's like I got close, like I was able to pair it, but it still didn't show anything. So I still think it may have been because I was just doing a whole bunch of shit on the S, and it was like, yeah, we'll get to that. Just go sit down somewhere. We'll deal with it. Just be patient. Sometimes you wish Sin was here, so he can help dissect this. Activision Blizzard is accused of committing labor violations to stop employers from talking about labor violations. They are being sued again. This is the third lawsuit levied against Activision Blizzard.
It's like it's like California is like, you know, we have time today.
Well, let's think. So the first one's California. The second one's the shareholders. This one, I believe, is the employees.
Oh.
They 3 different ones from 3 different groups.
Wild. You know how bad you got to be sued 3 times. You know how bad you got to be at your job to be sued like 3 times. Ashamed. That's what you should be. Ashamed.
With the help of a major union, Activision Blizzard employees have filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board alleging that the game development and publishing giant has intimidated, surveilled, and interrogated workers to discourage them from discussing labor conditions, such as those raised by the discrimination lawsuit filed against Activision Blizzard in July. I think when I shared this tweet, this was not too long after the Apple story came out, but that engineering manager. So yeah, somebody should point them to Cupertino. Just saying. The employees who are working under the A Better ABK banner referring to Activision Blizzard King and the Communication Workers of America allege that in the last 6 months, Activision Blizzard has threatened and, quote, told employees they cannot talk about wages, hours, and working conditions or investigations about them. The investigation that led to the July lawsuit, for example. Maintain an overly broad social media policy. Enforce a social media policy against employees who have engaged in protected concerted activity. Threatened or discipline employees on account of protected concerted activity. What does that even mean? Okay, it explains that in a second. We'll get to that. Engage in surveillance of employees, engage in protected concerted activity, and engage in interrogation of employees about protected concerted activity. Now, to answer the question I was about to ask, what is protected concerted activity? It refers to employees discussing ways to improve their workplace or organization into labor groups, including collective bargaining groups. The CWA also acknowledges that Activision Blizzard hired Wilmer Hale, a law firm known for anti-union efforts with Amazon and other companies.
Yeah. Remember that.
So, yeah. Just Activision. I mean, well, you could say like, well, damn, they couldn't stay out the spotlight, but I feel like if this was happening over 6 months, like this was not to bring Thanos into this again. It was inevitable. Look, I'm getting these comic references.
Like Captain America. I get that, bro.
Oh shit! Now I accidentally stumbled into that one.
Right.
I accidentally stumbled into that one.
Yeah. I understand that reference.
I forgot. I did another reference on a tweet like a month or two ago, and somebody shared that GIF. I was like, "Damn, that's a pretty good one. I like that."
Mm-hmm.
Now I wanted to share this one. This is a good thing because I remember it was last week, right, when we were talking about this and how they shared they announced all the stuff with PlayStation, and I can't remember the name of the character, but it's like
oh gosh,
Angrabota. I cannot pronounce her name.
Yeah.
But it's like they showed her in the trailer, but then somebody actually like had a high res image that was circulating around Twitter that I think the God of War team put out since the trailer was released and since the podcast, because I went home, came back, got set up for the show, and that's why I started seeing them on Twitter.
Yeah, they did one for her. They did one for Tyr. The big tall one.
The God of War, the Norse God of War.
He's the Norse God of War, and they did one for Thor, and yeah. So
they put the image out like of Aang. I'm gonna call her Aang because I cannot pronounce her name. Mm-hmm. They put the image out of Aang, and I was like, man, like this is an amazing image. Like this character model was amazing.
Right.
And it's a thing of like, how, like, I don't see many black characters and like, yo, that looks amazing. Like, how?
Mm-hmm.
Until Gita Jackson of Waypoint puts out this article today. It says God of War Ragnarok shows how games can get black hair right.
Mm.
And it was like that clicked. I was like, damn, the hair does look good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just the hair, it's the fact that they actually did right by black features.
Right.
It's the subtleties that they've added into this, including the hair, that's like, this actually looks like a black woman that could exist somewhere. Like, she doesn't look out of place. Like, I'd imagine, like, I could run, like, and I don't know if Aang is based off of an actual person, or if this, like, we just drew this giant that is a black person out of our minds, and we made this entire person out of thin air. We used Epic's MetaHuman, which I doubt that's what they used, because I'm pretty sure they've got their own engine for God of War.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, like, this person does not exist in real life. But damn, I would be hard pressed to believe that I would not walk past this young woman anywhere in the world right now. And it's just, it's crazy. It's a thing, like I was reading an article. It's like, damn, like it getting black hair is so difficult to do for people who aren't black. For them to do right by Aang and just by black women in this game, it's the subtleties of this. Like, damn, I can't believe it. That's what this was. Like, she seems believable, but I don't know why. I've never felt this way before about a virtual black person. The fun's like, it's the details. It's the small, subtle details that just brings it all in. Damn, it's right there. It's right there for me the whole time. So I did want to bring this in. Shouts out to, I think it's the Sony Santa Monica team. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember. Do you know who the team is? Is it? Okay, Young says it is. It is Sony Santa Monica.
Yeah, Santa Monica, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Sony Santa Monica really for doing an amazing job with this. Again, God of War probably a game I will not play because, hey, it's just not my wheelhouse. But
not mine either. But I will watch my homies stream it.
Oh yeah,
and watch their reactions. I think by far the best reaction to that to Ange is with Chelsea Bites.
So I'm gonna stop you right there for a second. We'll get back to this. Tycho, thank you so much.
We had sub only mode on.
Oh my god, the entire time.
And I didn't even notice it.
You're a mod. So you're a mod. So you wouldn't have been affected.
Right. I wouldn't have been affected, but I didn't even notice. I didn't have mod view up. I was like,
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And anybody else who may have been in chat and wanted to say anything and couldn't. I apologize so much for that.
Sorry, Tycho.
But it's the fucking life that we have to live right now. Where it's like I said it when I'm not live so that way people don't fuck with this channel while I'm gone. This is the new being live and muted for 2 hours.
Yeah. I usually set mine at emote emote only mode.
I might have to go back to that. That way, at least I would notice something is wrong.
Yeah. So if you just see like a bunch of like kappas, you'd be like, "Oh crap!"
I mean, there's also a thing too where I could probably just set up like some actions through. Well, shit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so fucking bad right now. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Damn.
Sorry, Tycho.
Sorry, and thank you so much for pointing that out. I'm so glad I decided to check Discord when I did. 2 hours we've been live. And I just was made aware of that. Just so you know, I love my viewers. I do. Those who sub and those who don't. I do. I don't have many of them, so I love all of you that come through. Kev, I'm going to have to buy another tub of ice cream. I'm going to eat my feelings on this one too.
It'd be like I'd be like, you had cookies and cream, now I'm gonna have cookie dough.
No, just more cookies and cream.
Be like,
get the buckets you get for like birthday parties.
You'd be like
the plastic tubs.
Be like, baby, I'm making a run. We need more ice cream.
What was it? It was Blank Check.
Mm-hmm.
Where that kid had a fucking like the damn trash can.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream sundae. That's what I'm gonna need right now. I'm just feeling so bad about that.
You come in the house with two bucketfuls and be like, Kate's birthday last week. No, this is all for me.
We still got like a quarter of a cake downstairs too.
The way I'm about to eat my feelings.
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
The way I'm about to knife and fork my feelings.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of Twitch, and speaking of the hate rates.
Yep.
Twitch sues users over alleged hate raids against streamers.
Now, the way I feel about this.
Go on.
Is I feel like that I'm like, yes, Twitch, sue them, please. Like, sue them into the ground, yes. But then I also feel like that this is good. This is something that you would do after you fixed the problems and held people basically say like, we've closed the gates. We've filled in all we've patched the wall, and now we're on a counteroffensive. Like, I feel like you're doing the counteroffensive and the walls are still down.
Well, I understand why they're suing.
I get what they're doing.
It's a thing of like, they can't close it. I am willing to believe that they just can't figure it out.
Right.
So if they can sit there and sue and have the laws of the land force them to stop.
Right.
Then that solves the problem.
Right.
My issue with this comes from a specific line in the lawsuit. I tweeted about it and it's probably long gone by this point. Where they actually, as a matter of fact, it's probably in here. They only have the usernames of the people they want to sue, not the actual identities. So in the lawsuit, there was a line that was highlighted saying that they will update the name of, I think it was a creatine overdose, once they figure out who that person is. Like once they have the name of that person. So that everybody will know who, like they put the whole government out.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's great. Good on you. We all need to know so we can drag this motherfucker through the fucking coals.
Mm-hmm.
But I want everybody to remember that that's what they're going to do. And that's what anybody with money who wants to find you can do.
Mm-hmm.
This is that thing of how the police chief in London was like, hey, yeah, because of 9/11, we don't need end-to-end encryption because that's how we find the bad guys. We strip away your privacy to bring people to justice. We will strip everybody's privacy to bring you to justice.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing where I said, sure, go ahead, find that person. But boy, I hope you do all of your fucking work first before you update a name, an address, anything to an official court document that's publicly available.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, while I feel like I am cool, calm, and collective and won't do anything to retaliate against somebody who has definitely hurt me financially.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me personally, not really. It's a thing of, like, we'll get, it's neither here nor there. If I take off that affiliate status, that sub-only mode would not have hurt me as much. But there are people who may not be as cool, who may not be as common, who may not be as collective. And if you put a government out there, you put an address out there, and you hurt their favorite streamer so bad,
they pulling up.
So it's a thing of, I hope from the bottom of my heart that Twitch gets it right the first time. But because it's Twitch, I know that they won't. So
they won't. Somehow, some way, fucking it up. Because why? Twitch.
So yeah. It's good that they're taking some action. Again, they also, like, I don't think we covered this last week, but they sent out that email saying like, hey, just so you know, we are working on things. We ain't got shit, but we're working on things. Just don't forget we're working on it. So yeah, who knows what the fuck they're doing? It's still bad out there. Granted, it's not been as bad this week as it's been in previous weeks, or at least not for me. I'm not seeing an account. I've not seen any follows. So, yeah. Again, this lawsuit is something, but again, it's something that if you are using a pseudonym online, be wary of what precedent this sets or what precedent it's following that you may not be aware of, because apparently it seems like Twitch is well within their power to figure out who the fuck you are and put you on blast, put you on Front Street, especially if you ain't did shit. Because, I mean, look at what they're doing now. Like, they're banning people from the platform if their name looks like a bot.
Mm-hmm.
They're banning people who, like, again, we're having to put chats in moderator mode or not moderate, but emote chat or sub-only chat, because these bots will come through in the dead of night, spam terrible shit, report it, and then have your account banned.
Mm-hmm.
So,
real talk.
I mean, be careful out there. I mean, it's all that anybody can really say right now.
Mm-hmm. Be careful. Protect yourself.
If you are using any tools that any developer outside of Twitch has made, Run the coins.
Mm-hmm.
Be fucking nice to them. Like, it's really sad to see like the one person who was cataloging all of the bots
Hackbot?
get fucking pushed out because he was getting burnt out, and then people were just fucking unappreciative as shit about that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anybody who said they gave Hackbolt any shit over these past couple of months, fuck you. Die in a fucking fire. Suck my left nut from behind. Get the fuck out of here.
Right, because it was like there is no such thing as a perfect system, and a lot of people are like standing in the gap of Twitch, saying, "Hey, we're here to help people combat these bots because we know what it's like, and we're developers. We know what it's like, and we're trying to do what we can that the platform is not doing for us." So when you have like Commander Root, Suribot, Hackbolt, like run them their coins. And like I say, Twitch just needs to just be like, "Hey yo, you're hired. Come help fix it. Here's a dump truck of money to fix the problem." Or even just or even just say, "Hey Amazon, help." AWS, help. You know? Like, gee, it would be great if they were a part of a big global company that has a web service platform already baked in that they could just incorporate into it that would fix it and have a bunch of like developers already into it that could easily fix and monitor the problem and come up with, complete fixes. But, that's too much to ask for, I guess.
Too much.
We can fix it ourselves. And I'm telling you, if Amazon if old Daddy Bezos got to step in, he's not gonna be nice.
He's too busy flying his dick rocket.
Yeah, and wearing stupid cowboy hats. But yeah, stupid cowboy.
Updates. We got some good updates for you. Really excited about these. Apple Watch, WatchOS 7.6.2 is out with an important security update.
Mm-hmm.
This is a core graphics update here. I'm processing malicious crafted PD. Okay, so this is, so damn, apparently that zero touch exploit was affecting fucking everything. So this fixes that exploit that involves a zero input from the user. This one doesn't say what this one is for, but Big Sur 11.6 is out. This is out today. iOS 14.8. Again, just like WatchOS, please update. This fixes that core graphics bug that can potentially infect your phone without any interaction from the user. This also goes for iPadOS 14.8 as well. And of course, for PS5 owners everywhere, all 5 of you, the update is here. Welcome back to Storage Talk Thursdays, where we are proud to announce that the PS5 September update is available right now. You can now install your PCIe Gen 4 NVMEs into PlayStations. And it should work.
Yeah. Now this would be a good time for PlayStation to have, and I haven't seen too much of it, but if they have, great. But if they haven't, that they need to have a supported like drives list, drives that they have tested with their PS5s, and to like see if there's any like conflicts or any kind of issues with drives, so that way they can like say, okay, here's the drive list here, and if it's out, then that's awesome. But if not,
Unfortunately, there is not.
Yeah, because
all that they have is the spec list.
Right.
PCIe Gen 4x4 supported M2 NVMe SSD. Ranging from 250 gigabytes to 4 terabytes. 5 supported sizes from 2230 to 22110. You'll need a heat dissipation mechanism, or a heat sink. Sequential read speed is 550 or 5500. 5500 megabytes per second or faster. No list for PlayStation sales, but so Young says there is a list provided by other groups.
Okay, so that's good, but that is as what we are, because like me and Mage, we are PC builders to a degree, and that's what I'm saying. When you buy any part, like especially motherboards and RAM, they have what's called supported lists, and basically say like you can buy these, you can buy these, you can buy these. Or most times it's like these are all work, but it's it's just a big massive list, and then you just happen to like compare, does the RAM that I'm going to buy fit this build exactly, yada yada yada. So, for them that would be, that's a short list of drives, because it's not like a big list of drives. So for them to be like, to have that, to come out, that would be good. This would also be a good chance. This would be a good opportunity for some branded stuff, even though I wouldn't recommend branded.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend branded stuff, because all of it is just it's the same thing but marked up. It's like it does the same but marked up. Just find something that matches what that thing is, and then just buy that. But
yeah, so one of the drives I know that works is the WD Black SN850. I currently use that in my PC for PCIe Gen 4 storage. There's a specific Samsung drive, but I don't remember the drive. I don't remember the model number for that.
Right.
There are some out there. Again, Young says that there are lists out there available, and the user list does not detail compatibility and potential conflicts such as a heat sink that's too big. So, yep, take that precaution with you as you go out and shop for NVMe storage for your PS5.
Indeed.
But software says software version. It's way at the top here. Oh, it doesn't say what version number this is, but it's a big software update that's coming. Don't know what the version number is, but it is coming to your PlayStation 5s near you. And apparently AMD has been listening to my complaints of there aren't enough AMD driver updates that are released. 200 something. It ain't like 4.0 anymore. Okay. Thank you, Young. You see, AMD has been listening to my complaints about driver updates for their hardware, so they're now releasing more driver updates. I think this is the third AMD driver update in as many months that I've covered on this podcast. AMD Radeon software update simplifies overclocking, brings smart access memory to older GPUs. Yes, Cycle, this one's for you. So they need to. AMD has launched a big update for the Radeon software app and Adrenaline drivers, unlocking a clutch of potential frame rate boosting features for those with recent AMD graphics cards and CPUs. The new version 21.9.1 also includes Windows 11 drivers that gets Radeon Boost, Radeon Anti-Lag, and Radeon Image Sharpening ready for Microsoft's next big OS launch. Unfortunately, they do not cover anything for my CPU, so I did not update this on my PC. But I don't know. It may be something where if I'm going over to Windows 11, which I might do this weekend, I actually might try to make that upgrade this weekend. Maybe I'll need this. AMD driver updates are usually slow. There are sometimes where games come out and the AMD drivers aren't out yet, and it's caused some games to run like shit or not at all. It was something when I launched Deathloop. Oh no, it wasn't when I launched Deathloop. It was in Steam, where Steam suggested that I had the latest NVIDIA drivers. And I'm thinking, what, did new NVIDIA drivers come out for this game? One, Deathloop is an AMD game, just so we put that out there. Yeah. Because they're using Fidelity FX and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But it was like, wait, did they put a new driver out for Deathloop? Only to find out that it was a driver that came out about a week or so ago, but apparently it's up to date for Deathloop. So, yeah, if you have some new Radeon hardware in your system, or I guess if you're running that Windows 11 lifestyle, there is new drivers available for you from Team Red. And speaking of Team Red, on the console side, Nintendo with a new Switch update. But of course, like, we could talk about Switch updates all the time, but it's really nothing really to write home about. This one, however, is different.
Yes.
This one is different. This is big. It's monumental.
Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth headphone support has been finally, after 5 years, after almost 5 years, added to the Switch.
Indeed.
I can now add my Switch to the 10 devices for my Surface headphones.
You surely can. Yes, sir. Like I tried it, and how I tested it was opened up the NSO, connected it, opened up the NSO Super Nintendo app, and kicked up and launched Breath of Fire 2, because that has by far the best opening of an SNES game out there. So
those numbers don't. Oh shit! No, you know what? I'm tripping.
What was up?
Tycho said like it's. I said it too. Like, it's almost been 5 years since the Switch was released, right?
Yeah.
In my head, for some reason, I thought the Switch launched while I was at my old job. And I had not been there. I was not there 5 years ago. So I was like, wait a second. When did the Switch launch? Now I remember it was actually 2 jobs ago.
Yeah.
I remember where I was when I bought my Switch. Oh yeah, I was definitely not at my last job. I was at the job before that. I remember what happened for that. Yeah, that was almost 5 years ago. Yep. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what. I think Nintendo just had a big year that year that I'm thinking about my old job, and while Nintendo was sticking in my head for that job.
Yeah, that first year was good.
No, this was like this had to been like 2 years ago. Like, it had to be like a Nintendo E3. Yeah, it was like a Nintendo E3, and they like just dropped, like, it was like a banger of an E3 presser, I think. That made me like, all right, now the Switch is here again, or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, because they just like threw the Switch out there on a random day.
Yeah.
And then it was just kind of like, this game's going to come out. This game's going to come out for launch. Because I think it was like they mentioned it in March. They did all the stuff around June of like 2016. And then it was like, it was going to be coming out in the following March. So
I thought
So
they
yeah, they
launched
were
it.
like,
I thought they announced it in January. I thought this was all within like 2017.
well, let me look that up because I looked at that trailer. Let me look at the Nintendo Switch trailer.
I could have sworn
Look
they
at
announced that in January.
Nintendo Switch trailer. Uh, Jesus, the reveal trailer. That was in October.
Okay. So still, like, it was still a very quick turnaround.
Right.
Not as quick as I thought it was. Wait,
Right.
was it that they said that the Switch was coming and then they showed it? They showed what it was in January?
Yeah, I think they had a direct. They had a direct in January.
Because, yeah, I remember it was a quick turnaround.
Yeah. It was like, what? What? Because it was like, yeah.
But yeah, almost 5 years since the Switch has been out, and it just now got Bluetooth support for headphones.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts Ginky things out of business for that.
Yeah. Like, imagine dongles had to be built. A whole cottage industry to make this thing work, and they could easily, and it was just a firmware update. All they had to do was a firmware update.
Like, the Bluetooth was in there, like the controls are Bluetooth. So I mean,
yeah, the controls are Bluetooth, so it was just a matter of just updating it to do another thing.
I keep forgetting that this is the Switch OLED.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, damn, this color scheme is fire. I want this Switch just because of the white and black. I love it.
I wouldn't mind the dock. Like, I wouldn't mind just getting the dock.
That's what I actually want. I want the dock, but honestly, this color scheme for a Switch is really nice. I wonder if I can just buy the white Joy-Cons.
I would hope to say so.
I would buy the white Joy-Cons just to get the look of this Switch.
Yeah.
The other thing is that the device is a Tegra processor or something which are capable of running Android. Yep.
Yeah, it's a tablet. It's a Tegra tablet.
Which, of course, because like people think, oh, it's NVIDIA. They can run DLSS. It's like, shut up. Just sit down. Go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
The idea that they couldn't just fucking turn that shit on previously is just maddening. Well, I mean, it's not like Switch. It's not like Switch's OS is Android. So I don't know. Like, again, it's a thing with Nintendo's like, they just do what the fuck they want, and it works for them. So
exactly.
Like, we can sit here and be mad, huffing and puffing and stomping our feet that they didn't do this sooner, but they sold fucking Switches. Like, they pushed units.
Like, I'm not even like mad at Nintendo when Nintendo's. I'm more or less mad at like Sony PlayStation, and to an extent like Microsoft Xbox, because y'all have the ability, y'all know better, and y'all could do better.
Wow.
But
whoa.
What was up?
Okay, so I'm looking at the limitations for this. I did not look at these before, and this may explain some things. Up to 2 wireless controllers can connect to a Nintendo Switch system while using Bluetooth audio. You will not be able to pair additional wireless audio controllers until you disconnect the Bluetooth audio device. Bluetooth audio will be disconnected during local communication, such as when starting a local wireless multiplayer game. As you can read above, it's possible to use your Pro Controller and your AirPods at the same time, but you can't use 2 Pro Controllers and your wireless headphones simultaneously. So apparently they're considering a Joy-Con a controller. Your Pro Controller is technically 2 controllers.
Oh, that's nuts. That's nuts. But that's disappointing.
Nintendo also notes that the Nintendo Switch can use only 1 Bluetooth audio device at a time, but it can be paired to up to 10 devices maximum. Even though Nintendo's adding the capability, or this capability, it's not possible to use Bluetooth microphones, and you may also experience audio latency depending on your Bluetooth device. So, I mean, look, you got Bluetooth audio.
Got Bluetooth audio though. It ain't the best, but it's something. A lot of limitations.
I mean, to be fair, like even though it's using the Tegra processor, it's still not like it's an NVIDIA Shield tablet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the NVIDIA Shield TV. It's like comparing a Steam Deck to a PC. It's not that.
Mm-mm.
As much as it shares similarities, it's not that. Like to say that my Xbox Series S is a PC. It is closer to a PC than it should be, but it still is not a PC.
No.
It is not. It is close, but it is not that.
Mm-mm.
In deals this week. Well, for one, let me pull up the list here. I got a list because of course the Epic deals are showing up in Discord. The Escapist, Speed Brawl, Tharsis, that actually where that's where the list ends. So let me reread that properly. Mm-hmm. The Escapist, Speed Brawl, and Tharsis are available for free this week in the Epic Game Store.
Yeah.
Actually, the Escapist has been free for a while. I guess the app that I use, or the bot that I use in Discord, repeats it each week of what is free. Escapist has been free since the 9th. But all three of these games will no longer be free on the 23rd.
Yes.
For Game Pass, 13 new games are coming to Game Pass this month.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Flynn, Son of Crimson, is out yesterday for cloud, console, and PC. I Am Fish, Skatebird, Superliminal, out today on cloud, console, and PC. Origami 2, cloud, console, and PC is tomorrow. Lost Words, Beyond the Page. Sable and Subnautica Below Zero, cloud, console, and PC on September 23rd, and Tainted Grail Conquest PC on September 23rd. Lemnis Gate for console and PC on the 28th. Astria Ascending on cloud, console, and PC on September 30th. Unsighted on console and PC on the 30th. And Phoenix Point on console on October 1st.
Phoenix Point? Oh.
And on September 30th, Drake Hollow, Iconfell, Night in the Woods, Kathy Rain, and Warhammer Vermintide 2 are leaving Xbox Game Pass on their respective platforms.
Yeah.
So,
highly recommend Subnautica Below Zero. A pretty cool game, really good game. I think somewhat sequel to the first one, and it has like black woman protagonists. So I've dabbled a little bit. Developer sent me a code of that game. I played it one time because I'm a big scaredy cat and I don't like something jumping out at me at the water. So yeah, but I definitely recommend it though. Like,
they've lost a Game Pass member.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's one of those like, I would check it out again. You know, I would check it out if you're not a big scaredy cat. Definitely.
So, speaking of things that I was afraid of, I was not sure how Deathloop was going to play out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, do I need to go get a refund from Steam, because I do not like, for them to be really eager for me to not break this loop, there must be something that's happening. at the end that they don't want me to know. And for all I know, I still don't know, but I feel better about it. I did read the ending of Deathloop just to see what happened if he broke it. I'm not gonna say what happens.
Okay.
But it's enough to where I was like, okay, you know what? I will see it through.
Like I can go through this journey.
Like I won't be pissed. I won't be pissed about it.
Right. I can finish this journey.
It won't trigger me in ways that I really don't want to be triggered right now. So if it does, I've made that choice, and I just like, oh well, that's just $60 I'll throw away. But yeah, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody else who's playing it. But I would just say that I will continue playing it. I don't feel like it's going to fuck with me. The journey is not going to, hopefully it won't fuck with me.
Right.
I'm really sick and tired of games that do that. Like, you do all this and it's like, oh no. It sucks. I hate games like that.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to say what the game is because I feel like it will also lend to the ending of Deathloop if I were to describe the game I don't like. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to talk about a game that is good and you don't want to spoil it, but also want to I don't know if I want to continue playing the game because of the thing that I'm afraid that I'm going to spoil.
Right.
So I'll just stop talking about it. Just move on. Kev, what you got going on this week?
Probably play some more Lake. I think I'm at a place now where I can start dabbling with Hades because I've seen some of my folks dabbling with it, and I'm like, I have it. It's on. I have it through Game Pass. I see it. I can do it. And let me just at least take, if nothing else, just take a Tuesday and just like, let me see what this game is about. Let me just stream this game and play it, and also get back into Yakuza again.
Well, if it means anything, I at least dabbled. I at least touched and did a thing in damn, what was it? Octopath Traveler.
Ooh, that's good.
I have done a thing. At the time when I did it, though, I was like, I am not in the mood for Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
So I was like, I will maybe come back to this. Like when I like, it's like, all right, that I am sitting here and I am going to play Octopath Traveler, and I will get into when that will probably happen in a little bit. But yeah, if I could at least touch Octopath Traveler, you can at least touch Hades.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna touch Hades. So I'm like, I'm waiting to, and I'm also like, I have like Bravely Default 2 waiting in the wings on my Switch, but then realized, which I'm very surprised of and a little miffed, that it came out so quickly and quietly and without a lot of fanfare, that Bravely Default 2 is on the PC. And I'm like, first of all, why? And second, because it can. And then I had this like strange feeling like, oh God, there's a chance this could come out on Game Pass. And now I'm like, oh, well, that's
is the other Bravely Default on any other platforms?
No, it's like the first in the series was on the 3DS. The first and the second ish. Like, I'd say the 1.5, the 1.8, because you know how Square be with they little, like, especially with Kingdom Hearts, be like, Kingdom Hearts 2.5
over 365,
over 365,
but divided by
B,
Stream Deck.
Yeah,
bought
like,
to by Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I've seen like Kingdom Hearts 3 being like 11 point, like 2.9, and yeah, it's a weird thing.
That's one series I want to get into, but after seeing so many other people play it lately, I'm like, I think I'm okay.
Dude, I just watched the thing about it. I just watched like this guy named Barry talk about it, and he broke down the entirety of all the games.
Yeah, I saw something about that too, and it's like, this does seem compelling.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I would rather just listen to somebody just regale me of the tale of this.
Right, because it's a doozy. It's a doozy.
Like, I learned so much and have an appreciation for Bloodborne.
Right.
Like, that story is fucking insane.
Oh, yeah.
But I will never play that game. I would have never played that game to find out about it.
Mm-mm. I wouldn't have done it either.
But it's like
there,
the story of Bloodborne is like, it's Eldritch horror-y, but it's not that bad.
Yep. They're just games where I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm fine. But
Metal Gear Hard I will play.
Yeah, I'll definitely take it. Yeah. So I had that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm having this sinking suspicion that someday it might be on Game Pass. And like, because sometimes Square games have been popping up on Game Pass, and I'm like,
but it's been Final Fantasy for the most part. Or like,
yeah,
it's like games that have notoriously been on big boy platforms. I don't think.
Right.
I don't think they'll put Bravely Default on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. But then I looked up and I seen that there's Octopath, and then I see like Dragon Quest.
Shit, you are right. I forgot Octopath is
like
exactly the thing I'm saying they wouldn't do.
Literally
the thing.
Because I would not even expect Octopath to be on that thing, and then all of a sudden Octopath is on there.
I swear, we just talked about that shit.
Like,
Octopath is literally the thing I said they wouldn't do.
And then now it's like 13's on there for some reason. Like,
I mean, all the Final Fantasies are on there. Like, all the 3D Final Fantasies are on Game Pass now.
Well, they took
13 was the whole
9 off. Yeah.
Oh, 9 is not on there?
Yeah, they took it off.
Oh. I know, it took them a while to, like, it was funny. I was listening to a podcast, now granted, it was like a week or two old. And they were saying, like, hey, Final Fantasy 10, 12, 15, 7, 8. They said, all these Final Fantasies are on there. What's up with 13? And then, like, the next day, for me,
yeah, 13 was on
13 was released on Game Pass. Like, damn. Man, I can't wait till they join me 2 weeks in the future. And they'll find out, they'll get that answer. I'm pretty sure they'll be really happy now.
Phil was like, oh, yeah, you're right. Put that shit on there.
As a matter of fact, I think it was an Xbox podcast that they were talking about that.
Yeah, Phil was like, sprinkle that on there. Sprinkle. Like Salt Bay of them games. Like, So yeah, Hades, probably Civ, and Yakuza. Yeah.
Eventually, I am going to finish playing Yakuza at some point. I gotta wrap that up. I do.
Yeah.
And like I said before, when I finish Yakuza 0 on PC, I am moving to Xbox for all subsequent Yakuza games because I do not feel like fighting the PC with Yakuza anymore.
Yeah.
I am all right. So this is what I've been kind of hinting at all night when it comes to the content creation stuff. I am looking into going back to a method of content creation I was doing before that lasted a while, but then stopped almost immediately because I got bored. So we'll see how long this lasts now. I use a site called Groovy, which helps me keep track of the games I own. For those who may use Game Pass, you will notice that there is a button. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox One, but I know it's on the Series S and X. And I believe it is in the Game Pass app on Windows, where you can click it and it will suggest a game for you at random. Groovy has that built into their site too, which for me is great because not only does it suggest my Game Pass games, it will suggest any game on any platform that I currently own. So what I had been doing was hitting that button, downloading the game, and playing it. Just like for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how I was feeling about the game. and create a video based off of that playthrough, because essentially all the games I'm getting it to suggest are games that I have not played before. So they're all the beginnings to all of these games that I own to say, hey, would I play more of this? Would I play it on a stream or something? Would I make more content out of this? So I kind of want to get back into that, see where that goes, whether that feeds into more streams or if that feeds into like, all right, I'm just going to start cranking out YouTube videos if I like this game, to start making like episodic content off of this video game based off of that random Groovy suggestion.
Right.
Link to Groovy. Hold on, yeah, it is a really cool tool. I like it, and I believe y'all would love it too.
Some quotations in that comment.
Oh, boo, boo.
I see what you did there.
Oh, that's clever. What's going on, friend?
I see what you did there.
That was actually pretty good.
That was a nice little callback right there. I see what you did there.
But yeah, so that's the site Groovy. That's what I use to kind of catalog all the games that I have amongst all the platforms that I own. So it is quite extensive. Uses the Giant Bomb API for all the game art descriptions and all like that. But it's nice. So that's how I'm planning on trying to approach content now for a little bit. Mm-hmm. One, because Twitch is still kind of this cesspool dumpster fire, and I just want to create more YouTube content for a little bit.
That part.
And also it's less strenuous for me if I were just to create YouTube content.
Yeah.
Because then I could just like shoot again like 30 minutes to an hour of a game, edit it, just put a little editing like my bookends, and then have it posted up.
Yeah, stop on it. Yeah.
So there is that. I had mentioned earlier on Twitter, I am enjoying Instagram too. A rare Instagram post for me, a long one at that, because I just copied the text from Twitter. I may make a video about my thoughts and feelings on the Surface headphones too, because I am enjoying them that much. I told my wife that I was sitting in my office today. I had my work desktop. I had like my test PC on my right. I had my MacBook on the left, and it just so happened a DJ set played in was it DJ damn, it's Tiempo Tiesto, I forget his name. Like he does like a weekly podcast set, or yeah, like a weekly DJ set on his podcast, and that just so hit that happened to hit right at the end of the day for me with those headphones. So now I'm just like in full DJ mode. I'm sitting there typing things on my keyboard, sitting there bopping. Like you get the bass is about to drop, so I hold hitting the enter key up until the bass drop, and that's why I hit it. Like I just hit the space bar. It's like, yeah, that's right, the new song drop. Yeah. I was feeling myself today, and it made me so happy. Also, Kev, thank you for validating those tweets, because I was a little iffy about posting the Tina and Jimmy Jr. gifts about the headphones. But then even the Surface team, the Surface social media team, they came through. They saw me. They saw me. Appreciate it, Surface team. Now, if you want to send me more things to test, and I can give you more. No, actually, I will be objective. I do have some problems with the Surface headphones, and I will definitely point them out. But again, like I said, for $250, if you are not an audiophile and you do not care about the tippity top, them Surface headphones too are right there, baby.
Right, I was gonna say, reach out and be like, hey, let me do some coverage.
I mean, I would love to talk about some Surfaces and stuff like that. I do love mobile computing now.
Hey, reach out and say, hey, yo, here's my metrics. Send me something.
I mean, I could show them that, but yeah.
Hey,
I could show them. It's like this ain't no MKBHD, but
hey, what Stephanie always say in any saga says, impact over numbers.
I guess you're right. There are people who are listening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what's going on over here. Also put out an announcement that in November 6th and 7th that I will be working with Landfest, which of course I am a member of their board. And the Boys and Girls Club of Hollywood, partaking in their first annual Esports for Education event. There are more celebrities that are being confirmed for that. I heard that Billy Porter was confirmed. Ooh. I am really like, I saw that name come through today. I was like, okay. We were playing with some big boys. Like again, like people feel the way about Terry Crews and things he said, but again, like he still cares about the kids. Like he can say some questionable things. I'm not apologizing for any of that.
Right.
But he still does care. He still does have a big heart, whether, you know, his mouth is definitely not where it should be.
Right.
So like he's going to be there with his son. They're going to play, I think they're playing Rocket League or something. Anthony I think it's Rojas. I can't remember what his name is, but the dude from the Netflix Say the Right Thing, Hamilton. I think he's on something else too. He's on a couple of other things.
Is he like, did he play like Mars and like She's Gotta Have It?
That's actually what I meant. That's what I meant. Not what was I saying?
I think you said Hamilton.
It was something else. It was a Netflix. It was. I was referring to the show You Said.
Right.
But I was saying another movie or show. I'm not sure if that is a Spike Lee joint or not. But it sounded right, so I've been saying it. But apparently it's the wrong thing.
I'm trying to think about it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, it's the show you mentioned on Netflix. Yeah, he is Mars in that show. That's the one I was talking about. Yeah. So he's Mars on that Netflix show. He is is it Lorenz? No, it is Lorenz. He's Lorenz and Hamilton's son in Hamilton.
Yeah, and he's also in the Heights.
Oh, I think that's the other thing I'm thinking of. The other Lin-Manuel Miranda joint.
Right.
But the Logitech G Pro X wireless in July. Does that thing have... See, that's the thing. I was trying to shy away from gaming headphones because I just didn't want the microphone I didn't want the microphone bit. I'm not audio-filing, basically just listen to occasional music while coding or do some light gaming. Yeah, like I'm not much of an audiophile, but like it's a thing of I did not want earbuds in my ears anymore. I'm not giving up on my AirPods Pro, but it's just nice to have an alternative, so I can listen to music without having something in my ears. But yep, so that's it. That's all that we've got this evening for Tech Talk Thursday, September 16th, 2021. It's in the books. Of course, you can subscribe to the audio version of this podcast, majors.house/TTT. You can go to youtube.com/majorlinux. Click that Tech Talk Thursdays playlist to get all previous episodes. Majorlinux.com, where you can catch this show, Major Linux Show, anything I'm posting on YouTube, or any random thoughts or tweet threads that I may post. TTT@majorshouse.com if you'd like to email us. And of course, majors.house/Discord if you'd like to join in on the conversation. Boy, that sounds very corporate social networky. But yes, to join in on the conversation, majors.house/Discord, where I do share the week's articles and also pull up articles that are being shared with us from the community. Again, shouts out to Tycho, shouts out to Young, shouts out to Ruin for sharing articles on the shows. Really do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who tuned into the podcast. Again, thank you, Tycho, for pointing out the sub-only mode, and sorry for those who were watching and who could not participate over that huge oversight.
Yeah, that was that bad.
Again, thank you to Kev. Appreciate it. I know Sin on vacation. Thank you, Idi Osanaka, the GOAT, who was definitely from the very beginning on the first iteration. And you and Kev, you and Sin were here for the second iteration, starting things up a year ago tomorrow. This show will be a year old tomorrow. By the time it's live on the podcast feeds, it'll be a year old. And I honestly, I did not see it going this far. Well, actually, no, I did. I don't like to see shows die. I hate to see shows die. But I did not see the success that I did not anticipate the levels of success the show was going to have. The fact that we're still doing it. At the regular intervals we are, the wisdom, the insight that all of you have brought to the show, not only my co-host, but definitely the community as well. It's been great, and I cannot wait to continue doing this week after week, month after month, year after year, because again, hey, somebody's got to call these motherfuckers out. Somebody got to do it. And I'm glad it's us. Again, yes, enjoy your vacation. Anka, please get some rest. Can't wait to see you all. I think next Thursday is a Thurs Plays. I don't know what we're playing. I don't think we've ever really decided. Oh shit, I know what I was supposed to be doing now. I was supposed to put out a poll to say, what would the community like to see us play? I forgot.
Still got time.
I do. But will I remember this time?
Schedule it.
I should.
Do it now and schedule it.
Young,
Tomorrow.
if you say Dead by Daylight, I'm gonna find out where you are. I'm gonna use Twitch.
No.
I'm gonna use Twitch's powers to find out who you are and where you live, and I will punch you.
No.
Do not say Dead by Daylight.
No.
That's an automatic veto.
Right. We have vetoed Sin on that.
With all that said, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech, gaming, and streaming news yourself, but you said, nah, that's okay. Look, these cats been doing it for almost a year now. I'm pretty sure they got it. It's good. We're cool here. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for September. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to read the date again. September 16th, 2021. Of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful peoples, I love you. And peace. How?
Wakanda forever.